What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
Hello.
So I'm going to get this out of the way now, and so I don't have to do it later. Yo, Adrian! Okay, there. That's the worst ever, but I had to do it. My head would exploded. All right. I know that was terrible, guys. Sorry. But luckily, nobody's in the chat, so maybe nobody's going to watch this.
We're just lucky. We're just lucky this is early, because otherwise, and it's on a Sunday. If otherwise, this was a Saturday night prime time. This would be a 6-hour stream. Just Alan just crying his eyes out, talking about how great Rocky is.
Hey, don't judge me if I do, damn it.
Yep.
There's Hollow Notes.
Yeah. Checking out my shirt.
Right on.
Yes, Tony representing. Nice. I appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it. How you doing, Hollow?
Bam.
Brad representing.
Everyone's rocking it.
All the cool kids are.
Yeah. I appreciate it, guys.
The quality of the print is unbelievable. When you get up close to it, it's fantastic.
They did a really good job. They really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to take some getting used to, guys. I went and got a tattoo today. So y'all can see what that says. So, basically, that's my wife's handwriting. She got one on hers. We got a saying that says, all my love, all my life. Mm-hmm. And I did hers in my handwriting. She did mine in her handwriting.
Cool.
And so, that's something she's wanted to get done for a while. So, I'm
sorry for her. Real sorry for her with your chicken scratch.
Oh yeah, it looks like my handwriting peaked in 5th grade. So hers is nice and in cursive, or mine's nice and in cursive. Hers is like I got the 5th grade paper with a line in the middle where I'm trying to match the letters.
She's gonna be explaining that tattoo to somebody, and like, oh, it's my husband and all this, and they'll go, "Who's your husband? The Zodiac killer?"
No, I wasn't in prison. This is not a prison tat.
Was that your first tattoo?
No, I got one. I got that one there years ago. So Porky Pig.
Oh, okay.
So I got that one like 20 years ago. That's all I got. Don't ask. Don't ask. So that's all I got.
You should see Tony's tattoos.
I only got one.
Yeah.
I got it 25 years ago. It's faded pretty bad.
Yeah, this one's getting pretty faded too. They said they could touch it up for me, but I'm going on the 21st to get another one done on this arm. I'm a big Atlanta Falcons fan, so I'm getting the Falcons logo, and where the wing goes, I'm putting my wife's name and all my kids' names, and not the colors of the wing. So I'm going to get that done on the 21st. I've already made the schedule for it.
It becomes addictive.
Yeah, that's what they say. Caveman, what's going on, buddy? Smash the like button, help support their habits.
Yeah.
Lost a bet 20 years ago.
Maybe won a bet.
But oh man. So yeah, we got a couple of guys in there right now. You guys want to give it a couple minutes, see if some people bleed in here?
Yeah, see if somebody comes in and whatnot. Tony's got nowhere to be. Tony's got tomorrow. Anthony's got tomorrow off.
I wish I did. I got to be at work. I got to get up 5:30 in the morning.
He was telling me it's like work schedule and their holiday schedule, and I was like, do you guys ever go to work over there? I mean,
nope.
Not really.
It's great. It's another national bank holiday tomorrow. So
is it really?
Yep. That means no more work.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we had 2 bank holidays at Easter. So we had Good Friday and Easter Monday. It's bank holiday tomorrow, which is the start of May Day, and another bank holiday again at the end of May.
It is. It's like, I don't know what you guys are doing over there.
The Queen's Jubilee just sounds like a good time.
Yeah, so we get 2 extra days for that this year.
Yeah.
To celebrate the Queen's Jubilee. So
right on.
It's
Jared Runner says hello, and Caveman says, "Look, Pops ×3 shirts." Yeah, man.
It's more than that, because if you look closely at the shirt, I'm wearing the shirt,
yeah,
and then
It's
in
like
the
a
shirt,
trippy.
yeah.
Alan's
Pops
wearing the shirt.
Pops is wearing the shirt on the shirt.
and then Pops is Pops inside there. He's wearing the shirt,
It just keeps going and going
and then
going.
on and on. It just keeps going smaller.
Yeah, when Wes over at Dead Pit was making that shirt, he couldn't do the Star Wars, and so he had to remove the Star Wars off my shirt that I had on my logo for copyright reasons, and he just threw my logo on the shirt, which actually looked better, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Brian.
what's up, Brian? Hey, Pops. Hey, guys, Pops' head is everywhere.
Yeah.
Hello, Brian.
What's going on, Brian? Should have jumped into that stream last night, Brian. I don't know what he was doing. Me, Jace, Caveman, and another guy named Brian. Late last night streaming.
Yeah, I got done editing my shelf video about what time was it when I jumped in there, about 2 o'clock, and I watched the chat for about a half hour there to the end. But I didn't know you guys were live. So
It was just Jace went live and then started inviting people.
right. Yeah, I was knee deep in the editing process.
Mm-hmm.
I get lost sometimes. Going to show Coco RoboCop tonight. Nice.
Oh yeah, that's a good
So,
one.
so she's
Nice.
never seen RoboCop?
Can't wait to
Yeah,
see
for a
what's
full
in
night
it.
though.
That would be another idea for an interesting stream. I was just sitting there thinking to myself, it would be cool to have never seen RoboCop and watch it for the first time. We already do a top 5 movies we like to rewatch for the first time.
Oh,
You know,
that'd
if
be great.
we had a choice,
Yeah.
that'd be a fun
really
one.
good.
Yeah, I was telling, I forget who it was. I think it was Johnny. Was talking about a movie, Blue Ruin or something. I was literally like, I'm jealous that you haven't seen, that you get to watch it.
That's
He's
actually what gave me the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought to myself when he said that, I said, damn, that'd be a fun stream. I was really in Johnny mode, if you know what I mean, last night. I'd be wearing my sunglasses. He wasn't feeling any pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's never seen it. What's up, Jagoda?
How'd you go to?
Appreciate you jumping in.
Nice.
So guys, we got 14 people watching right now. I guess we can go and get started if you guys want to. Unless y'all got
before
something
we
y'all
do-
want to talk about beforehand.
Yeah, I got something I want to talk about.
Yeah, man.
Let's hear it, man. What you got?
Well, it's been on my mind for a while, and Alan and I traded titles a while ago. Maybe you haven't heard about it, but fair trade, about the same money. He hated this movie. I didn't like a movie. I sent him the movie. He sent me tracking. Tracking comes in. I'm excited to open the mailbox. My dude sent me a movie. Oh, my mailbox. What do I find? This.
Bullshit. That wasn't for me. I promise you.
And to me, it's a direct insult because he knows me personally and he knows how I feel about this stuff. And now he's on here acting like he didn't send this, cover that. I guess he didn't think I was going to do this. But I'm telling you right now, Tony, you guys know this is unacceptable. And I'm going to open it. I'm hoping there's no damage. But I haven't really inspected it very well.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've really considered sending a shitty movie. I'll beat the hell in a bubble mailer first, and then sending one in a good box.
This is like a $30 title in here. So for this to come like this with a slipcover is outrageous. I know he's sitting here saying that he didn't do it, but I mean the proof's right there.
Yeah, that's my handwriting. Looks just like it.
I just hope, for the sake of our friendship, that there isn't damage in here. Because I'm telling you right now, this is a deal breaker for me.
Yeah. Well,
But, I'm gonna
go ahead and open and deal with it. Bubble mailers are awesome.
Not even any cardboard or anything in here. Well, it seems to have made it all right, but that doesn't make me any less upset.
See, that's proof the bubble mailers are great. Look at what kind of condition that's in. It's perfect.
I'm gonna let it slide this time. Alan, but we're just here to confront. I'm here to confront you in a positive way and let you know that this kind of behavior is unacceptable. From now on, please
Yeah.
send in a box. Okay.
Hold on,
Watch my videos.
Let me just mute him. Muted. You're muted. I can't hear you.
Oh.
Lord.
I almost wish it was damaged. I
I know you do. I know you do. Yeah, the handwriting kind of gave it away a little bit.
Yeah, I knew it would. The second I turned it around, and it doesn't say your name. It says Pop's Movie Dungeon. That's how you fill out everything. That's how you write checks. Pop's Movie Dungeon.
And I wrote it that big.
Yeah.
6 foot long. Jared Runner says, I didn't watch a lot of Stallone movies in April. But Brad, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did consider sending a movie to you on the bubble mailer. Not that movie, but like some shitty title. Just get your reaction and just beat it to hell before I even mail it. Brian says, let's do a top 5 big name movies we hadn't seen stream and list 5 each of us haven't watched that are big name films.
Could easily do that.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of stuff.
That's a good idea, Brian. Movie Hunter says, good evening, everyone.
Hey, Movie Hunter.
What's going on, Jerry? Caveman said hello. I was laughing at Brad's getting on me about bubble mailers. Tony, the god of this planet.
No.
Caveman says, there a plastic bag inside Pops? No, I wouldn't do that.
Not even.
The bubble mailer gives all the protection it needs.
Yeah, exactly.
Brian said, who said that? Caveman said, please tell me there's a plastic bag.
That would top it off.
100. Hey guys, how's everyone doing? How was that Hard Rock Zombies anyhow? I didn't care for it very much, and so that's why we traded. But I wasn't a big fan. You know, I tried. I gave it a good try, but I couldn't get into it.
If you know what it is going in, it's a kind of a so bad it's good type thing. They have a lot of fun watching it. It's just it don't make any sense. Doesn't have to. It's just fun.
Yeah, I
tried
to like it, but
Alan is like, to me, it's like a sleeping pill on disc. So, but
I still haven't watched it yet. So
some guys like it. I think he'll like it better than Hard Rock Zombies, or I wouldn't have traded it to him. But I just could never see myself watching it again.
And that was kind of my thinking on that. That's why, I said, well, might as well trade it. I'm never going to watch it again. Hollow Note said, maybe you should send it Pot's Movie Dungeon. Got to get them subscribers.
Yeah.
Brian Goes Blue says, my Hell Comes to Frogtown came secured in a box. Brad just let you know he did that intentionally.
Yep, I knew it.
Future Boy said, hello, everyone. 4 superheroes in one stream. I appreciate it, Future Boy. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, Future Boy.
Well, guys, we got 18 people in the stream. And, Brad, if you don't have any more bullshit mail thing to pop up, we'll go ahead and get started.
All right. I will go first. This one is it's probably a surprise for some people, but I really enjoyed it. Felt like a throwback to me, a time where we've got a bunch of crap coming out, but it's The Last Blood. This is the most recent Rambo movie. I don't know if there's going to be any more. I mean, there shouldn't be. It's called The Last Blood, but I loved the way they did this. How they used the cartel. Basically, what happens is his niece, I believe it's his niece or adopted niece, something like that. He's raised her like a daughter almost. She goes to Mexico, Juarez, Mexico, to find her deadbeat dad, who ran away, lives in Mexico. She goes there, and she finds him, and he's a piece of shit. Typical. It doesn't want anything to do with her. She gets upset, and she ends up being human trafficked. Rambo's long since retired on his ranch in Arizona on the weekends. He, apparently rescues people from floods and whatnot. He's riding horses, doing all kinds of stuff. He's built these crazy tunnels underneath his property. It's just a lot of fun, man. It's not it's not like First Blood where it's a drama. This is like a cheesy action, a lot of gore, tremendous violence. But it's got a ton of tropes in it too. It's got one of my all-time favorite tropes in these type of movies. He's got the crazy pills. You're all familiar with that. He takes pills to keep him because he has such PTSD from all the 15 wars he's fought in and all the stuff, the encounters he's been in. So he has PTSD. So he takes these crazy pills, and then of course when it's time to go get his revenge, he throws the pills away. And just stuff like that. It really wraps it up nice. It ends in a good way. You get all the stuff that you would expect in this movie. I'm going to try to talk about this movie the least because this is probably the one that people would probably like the least of all of them. I don't think a lot of people cared for it, but you can get this movie dirt cheap. If you're a fan of the others, check it out. It's there's a lot of good fan service in it.
Yeah, that's the only one of the Rambo movies I've never seen. I still need to watch that one. Most everybody I've heard from about Rambo says that it wasn't worth watching.
No, that's not true. I'm a diehard Rambo fan, and I walked away from it thinking, okay, I mean, it is what it is, but I enjoyed it. I think the ending of it, whatever, it kind of was. It kind of could have went either way. Some people might have thought one thing or another thing.
Yeah.
They kind of left it open where possibly, I mean, I don't want to ruin it for nobody who hasn't seen it. But the way they ended it, I thought was a good way to end it. And I actually enjoyed it. It definitely was not, it was on the bottom of my Rambo movies as far as favorites. But I walked away from it, going, yeah, it's all right. I liked it. Yeah. Definitely worth watching if you're a Rambo fan, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's super short as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a long film. You're straight in. It does what it does, and you're straight out again. It's like Pops just said. It leaves it wide open at the end. You know what I mean? There's every possibility that you can come back and do something else.
The main villain, I love the way he gets it. So it's ridiculous. But I'm not going to spoil it. I know Tony hasn't seen it, but yeah, Tony, I'm sure you got the slip. Check it out, man.
Yep.
It's a fun one.
I'll see it.
All right, Tony, what you got for your number 5, buddy?
So, if you're asking me,
Yep.
so
Let's say Uncle Tony. How about Uncle Tony?
Oh, no,
He doesn't like that. He doesn't like that at
You don't
all.
like that? Okay, sorry.
Go on.
All right.
I will go by Anthony this evening.
There you go. There you go.
So anyway, I've watched about 25 Stallone films during the month of April, so I've been really busy watching all of these. And so it's really hard to choose which would be number 5. But for my number 5, I'm going to go with Tango and Cash.
Nice.
Like I said, there's so many good Stallone movies, but with him and Kurt Russell, I just really enjoyed this one. I think it's a really fun action film. The villain was really good. Them working together the way that they did in this film, I just really enjoyed it. So, Tango and Cash.
Yeah, Jack Palance did a good job as the villain in that.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy they ran across the jail, that guy with that jaw, the guy with the big jaw. My God, what's up with that guy?
I don't know what was up with that.
Man, that's what I remember about that movie. I haven't seen it in years, but I've seen it a gazillion times back in the day. When it came out, I was in high school. I think maybe right out of high school. What year did that come out? Was that like 90, 91, something like that?
Let me see if I can read it. Yeah, 1990.
Gosh, I see on this one.
Yeah, I graduated in '89, and it was right around that time. But we went seeing it a bunch in theaters, man.
Yeah, 89.
That was a big one. So I know
the
he
guy
had
runs
just
into with the jaw. That's the guy who plays Maniac Cop in all 3 movies.
right.
Robert Zadar, I think his name is.
Yeah.
So that's really the way he looks.
He looks like that. That's his real face.
Wow.
Yeah. And Kurt Russell goes, "You broke that jaw."
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a great movie, man. Good pick, Tony. So, Anthony,
Right.
what you think, buddy?
Yeah. We will. Right. Before we start going through my stack, you've got to know my love-hate relationship with Stallone. And he's done a mountain of films. And for the most part of it, the serious kind of stuff that he did does nothing for me. at all. So if he's trying to play a serious role, then I am out straight away. I can't do it. And there's a films like Fist and stuff like that, which were the good films. There's nothing wrong with them, but they take me out of the zone straight away because I cannot see him playing serious roles at all. So that being said, you'll probably know what my stack's going to end up being. You know what I mean? It's the more batshit crazy, the better for me. And the first one, and it's out of the box set, this one, so you'll have to bear with me. It is Cobra.
Yeah.
Straight up canon lunacy, typical canon film. I think Stallone in this is fantastic. He's got the shades on and the toothpick all the way through.
Yeah.
He does
It's
that
a matchstick.
he's like,
Matchstick.
he's like yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a man possessed all the way through it. He's, you know what I mean? The guy's got generally something wrong with him. The guy should not be a police officer. You know what I mean? He's an absolute loon. And then the just sort of the little bits where he goes back to the apartment and he's blending pizza in with beer and he's drinking that down while he's sat.
You're crossing movies. You're crossing movies. That does not happen in Cobra. He comes back to his. No, it's not Cobra. He comes back to his.
He's always cutting it with scissors.
He cuts pizza with scissors and
that's
cleans
the one.
his gun. Yeah.
That's the one. It's just madness. The car that they use in it looks like an absolute tank.
Yeah. 1950 Mercury.
It's just nuts, and it's probably canon films at the height and at the best of what they did, which was just sheer nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays the role brilliantly. You know what I mean? He is superb in it.
Yep, that's perfect for him.
Yeah, I love Cobra. It's a great one.
I tried to rewatch that one before our stream. I managed to watch one movie this morning, but this afternoon I didn't have much time. But I did watch like the opening 10 minutes, basically the opening scene to Cobra, and it's such good 80s campy cheesy action fun. You know, you're the disease, I'm the cure.
And the cure,
But
he's the product placement in that film as well. I mean, Canon must have been rolling just off the money that was coming in off product placement.
They had stuff behind him in the freezer case. They had Pepsi free. The other one.
Every single scene.
You have to stop and get a Coors original
Boy
and start drinking.
Yeah, it's every scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of the Stallone films have got the product placement in them. You know, like I said, I just watched 25 of them during the month, and I noticed that to be a regular thing with a lot of product placements. So, good for them.
Yeah, hey, whatever it takes to pay the bills, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'll do number 5 here, and then we'll catch up in the chat. All right. So, as most of you guys know, Stallone's my favorite. Most of his films, not all of them, but most of his films I'm a fan of. So, picking the top 5 for me wasn't easy. But this one here was definitely going to be in the top 5. And after I picked my top 5, this had to be number 5. And that's going to be Cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
When this movie came out, I was an instant fan. That opening scene, I was like, oh shit, I am on board.
Yeah.
As soon as that, everybody's seen this by now. When he dropped that girl, I was like, holy shit, I was not expecting that. And I was like this the rest of the movie. I love survival movies. I love the outdoor type, you know. And so that mixed in with Sylvester Stallone, you got the perfect villain in John Lithgow. Michael Rooker's fantastic in this. I love his character in this movie. You got the old guy from the Waltons, the daddy that played in the Waltons. I don't know his name, but you love this guy to death.
Yeah.
Through the movie, I don't know the girl's name off the top of my head, but she did a good job. The evil girl, John Lithgow's right hand girl, whatever, she was crazier than hell.
Yeah.
Anytime you have a movie that's the good atmosphere like this one has, with the villains this movie has, sign me up, man. I'm there. So I love this movie. I mean, this movie has aged well. This 4K looks really good. Yeah,
it does.
Number 5 for me is Cliffhanger. I love this movie.
Can you hold that up? Can you hold that up one more time?
Yeah.
You see, that's mountains. There's snow back there. Look what Sly's wearing.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Is it cold?
That's a good point. Well, you got to show off the biceps there, man. Come on.
Snow everywhere. They're high up in the mountains.
But the funny thing about this is he's got a major fear of heights. I was watching this. It was some special feature a long time ago, He's got a major fear of heights. There was never a time in this movie he was more than like 8 feet off the ground, something like that. So that's kind of interesting. Watching the movie, it's kind of cool how they did that. But like I said, he was never hanging off a cliff by his fingertips.
You cannot
Nothing
bring
like
up
that, obviously.
Cliffhanger. You cannot bring up Cliffhanger and not mention the military press into the stalactite.
Oh yeah, that actor's name I think is Leon or something like that. Yeah, that was pretty intense.
Who came up with that?
Yeah, but
right into the spike.
my favorite thing about Stallone movies, and when they do it right, it's perfect. And there's a scene in this whenever he's telling him to tell him to climb the mountain to get the bag of money, and he gets in his face and he screams, "Fetch!" Oh, and you just it's such a great moment. Stallone's got that look where it's just I don't know, it's timeless, man. I love it. I get excited.
Fortune to heat this place.
Yeah,
When he's burning the money.
yeah. But yeah, man, that's and that I just got through. I just caught up on Better Call Saul, and that guy that told him to fetch whatever, one of the assholes, one of the bad guys. He's one of the guys in Better Call Saul, whatever, and he plays that asshole in that too. I don't know the actor's name, but he's good at being an asshole. He was also on what's the show? The Miami show, the Miami Law show that used to come on. You know what I'm talking about. The Miami, it was popular as hell. It was Las Vegas, Miami.
Law and
I
Order.
want to say Miami. No, not Law and Order. CSI Miami. CSI Miami. He was in that also.
CSI.
Sorry. Lord, brain fart. But anyway, guys, enough about Cliffhanger. But I'm a big fan of that one. That's my number 5. And we'll go ahead and catch up in the chat here, guys.
CSI.
Yeah, CSI Miami. He was in that as well. All right, let's see. Where did we leave off at here? All right, there's Future Boy. Jared Runner right here, I think it was. Send him a Dollar Tree title.
Yeah.
Caveman said, "You know what's silver, shiny, and bubbly? Brad's movie being warmed up in a microwave for shipping." All right, Jagoda said, "What's going on, everyone? How you doing, Jagoda?" Tony is the legend of the disc era. I would not disagree with that. Caveman says, his 100 years war, you mean? Oh, sorry, you're not talking about Battlefield Earth. The Big Jaw guy's also in lockup.
Yep.
Is he in lockup?
I think so.
I have to go back and watch it. I've seen that movie a gazillion times. I've never
Well,
seen
you
him in
know how
lockup. But
Sly is when he, when he
Yeah,
gets friends
yeah.
with these guys, he keeps
Yeah.
putting them in.
He does.
Right.
Oh man, the guy from Maniac, what's his name? He was in Rocky 1 through 5. He plays his boss.
yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't never remember his name. I know you're talking about.
Fox on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know why I can't think of his name. He's great. He keeps putting him in stuff. When he makes a friend, he makes a lot. Mickey Rourke. He kept putting Mickey Rourke in. Mickey Rourke needed the work, so he kept putting him in stuff.
Right. It's funny how when you get put on the spot, you can't never think of nobody's name. Joe Spinella. Joe Spinell.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah. Scalder22 says, "Wish wish Tango Cash had some sequels. Love those characters." Yeah, I did too. Bruce Leroy, what's going on, man? So good evening.
Hello, Bruce.
Brian says those wall shelves are awesome, man. I appreciate it, Brian. They turned out really well, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
And I still need more space. Still ain't enough.
Yep.
Caveman said Patrick Swayze was originally cast as Cash, but he dropped out to star in Roadhouse, which I'm glad he did. I'm a big fan of Roadhouse.
Thank God that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God. Roadhouse is fantastic. Brian says, "You might need me to come over and help you pull those boxes down for you." It's funny you said that. I couldn't find our damn stepladder. I'm 6'3", and I couldn't get the down. I didn't know my wife deal with a stepladder, and so I had to wait for her to get back from Target so I could get my Rocky and my Rambo down. Not saying I have those in my top 5. Those might be honorable mentions. But yeah, it's pretty tall. It's I'm 6'3" and I can't reach them, so they're pretty high up there. There's Dr. Ordinary. There's the man that built my shelf for me. What's up, guys? Looking forward to this. Cliffhanger, fantastic. I must admit, you're a real piece of work. I must admit, you're a real piece of shit. Yeah, that's a great line. So, Ryan, thank you again for yesterday, buddy. All right, Caveman. Kurt Russell was originally considered and offered the role of Martin Riggs in Lethal Weapon. That's interesting. 1987, and went to Mel Gibson, with whom he worked on Tequila Sunrise. His character is loosely based on Riggs. That was not aware of that.
Yeah, Caveman knows that. Caveman knows his movie.
He certainly does.
But hey, I applaud him. Movies around. I think it's ISC. What y'all got? Anything?
Nope, nothing. Missed it.
Sorry, Ryan.
Joe Spinell, yep.
All right, Ryan goes blue. Joe Spinell. You know Brian knows it. You know that was coming.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Caveman. Years later, Sylvester Stallone offered the role of Mr. Church to Kurt Russell in The Expendables. Russell declined the role, which was then accepted by Bruce Willis.
Yeah, that turned out good.
Yeah.
Robert Mono, what's up, boys? Big Jaw Guy is definitely in lockup. Nice. I will have to keep an eye out for him.
Robert
next time I watch
Zadar passed away young. He's still called Big Jaw Guy.
it. Yeah.
Not a young, tragic death, but on his tombstone it reads Big Jaw Guy.
I mean, that's all you see when you see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I know him by, unfortunately. All right, Barnabas Collins, what's going on? Love your new shelves, Pops, but at the end of the day, all the walls have to become full-blown shelves till you can't tell the color of the paint on the walls. Yeah, it may come to that, man. It may come to that at some point.
It
But,
will. I was reading the comments on your shelf video. That one guy was just letting you have it about the way
about vertical and horizontal. I was like, what the hell? He was like, stack your movies, what do you say? Stack them horizontal, not vertical. You get more room. No.
Okay. Well, listen.
Yeah. So when you get ready to pick up a title, you have to unstack everything to get to that one title.
Yeah.
Whoever that guy was, you're not supposed to drink the bong water. And
Yeah.
makes
Yeah, I've
no
never known
sense.
anybody to stack them horizontally, and
You just created.
I don't give a
bunch
damn
of
if I
crap.
double my space. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So, I guess to each their own. But thank you for the advice. All right, Robert Manu says, "You're the bouncers, I'm the cooler." Dalton was awesome in Roadhouse.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yes.
It's always
Like
Barber College.
All like 5'5" of them. He's always standing on like a step or something whenever he has to talk to somebody else.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he's in there with pro wrestlers and stuff. And he's tiny. He's like 5'5" or something like that. It's just the way they did it. If you watch it back knowing that, he's always got he's always up on a ledge or just coming down the stairs when he's getting ready to have dialogue with somebody else.
My favorite part of that movie is Sam Elliott.
Oh, yeah.
Sam Elliott's he's great in that movie. I love Sam Elliott anyway. But bad joke for CSI.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'm not up on my CSI.
Yeah, me neither.
There was just too much of it.
All right, Caveman. Scolders, Sly offered Kurt continue his role in The Expendables. Sly was offering Kurt to continue his role in The Expendables. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
Dr. Ordinary, yeah. And he complained about all the posters. My professional diagnosis is he's got moronitis. Yeah, he's like, take out some of your posters, let the wall breathe, and make the room look bigger. What I wanted to say is if I could fit another damn poster between these two posters, I'd do it. I might put these bitches on the ceiling. But all right, 100 says, just watch Big Jaw Guy. Big Jaw Guy. It's great. Just watch Big Jaw Guy and The Killer's Edge, a.k.a. Blood Bunny. Pretty fun movie, especially if you like Wings Hauser. Big Jaw Guy.
He's just rolling over in his grave right now.
He can't roll.
He can't. His jaw keeps hitting the side of the... Well, sorry, guys. That's bad. Sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. Lord, I apologize. All right. All right, Caveman says, it's bad to store discs horizontally. They are two plastic wafers, and with heat, if stored in the car, delaminate and sag. According to this guy, that's a myth. That's a myth.
What
According
the
to this
hell
guy,
do we know about it? Tony, what do you know about stored titles? Jeez.
So Tony, I need you to go right now, and I need to get all your movies and turn them horizontal for me real quick. We'll wait.
Yeah. If that worked, Tony would have them horizontal.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna do whatever Tony's doing. I'm gonna be okay.
It works.
If I watch a video and he's done turned them horizontal, he got some information.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. All right, what you got for number 4, man?
Well, it's another unpopular one, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. I saw it in the theater. I was kicking my feet like a schoolgirl. It's Rambo 2008.
100%.
Yes.
There's a lot to like about this movie. Again, I love tropes in movies. It's the broken down, washed up, doesn't want to hear it from anybody. He lives in the middle of nowhere, Thailand. I mean, you've got a 60-year-old HGH'd up, juiced out Stallone playing the Burnout. He makes a living by catching and selling giant venomous snakes. And he has got this big FU attitude to anybody and everybody that he talks to. He just wants to be left alone and work on his stupid boat and all this stuff. And these missionaries show up and they want to go and they want to help out in Burma, Thailand. And he's telling them the whole time, absolutely not. You're idiots. You're going to get killed over there. I'm not taking you. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care how much money you got. I don't need it. Blah, blah, blah. And they basically beg him. And he finally decides to take them. Of course, they run right into Burmese pirates. And all hell breaks loose. He's got to murder them all. And then he finally gets them there under protest by the leader of the missionary group, who's basically saying he's going to report him, that he should be in prison for what he did back there, even though he saved their life. So we all know what happens. The missionaries get captured in the middle of a firefight. I mean, babies are getting thrown in fire. I mean, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The gore is outrageous in this.
It is.
The violence is outrageous in this. It's tremendous. They slipped in some really shitty CGI, which I can look past because the movie's so much fun. And they did get some practical effects in there as well. Rambo splatters a lot of dudes in this. Throat rips, you name it. But of course, he has to make a knife and decide to go after these people and regain his, faith in humanity, so to speak. But it's a lot of fun. The special effects are really good when they actually do use them. They do use some really cheap CGI, like I said, but it works. And I'm really happy that I got to see this in the theater.
That's good.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Go, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Anthony. What you got?
Yeah, man. I was just going to say. I mean, I thought it's a brilliant addition to the franchise. There's a couple of standout scenes in that. I mean, the big one is where he manages to commandeer the 50 cal on the back of the Jeep. And
That's the best part.
Pointing down to the paddy fields, and he's just lighting them up for fun. There's bodies being torn apart, there's heads flying off.
He gets the guy in the front seat. The guy in the front seat, he literally just lowers the gun down and it just splatters all over him.
Really, really good. The one thing with it is one of the actors, English guy. I can never think of the guy's name.
We call him British guy.
British guy, yeah. He started off as a soap actor in the UK on if you guys know any UK soaps, Coronation Street. The guy started on Coronation Street in the UK and didn't really do much, and then ended up in that film with Stallone. It was a bit weird to see him.
Yeah.
Graham McTavish.
Jason Statham was busy.
There was no Statham. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's another just watch it and enjoy kind of movie.
That was one of those movies there since Stallone was getting up in age. When it came out, it's like I'm excited there's a Rambo movie, but going to see it, it was like, man, I hope this don't suck.
How's it gonna work?
And I walked out of there going, man, that was fantastic. Yeah. I mean, those that scene when he got the 50 cal at the end, it's I could rewind it and watch it 10 times in a row.
Yeah, and the villains are they're horrendous. They're
they're terrible.
They're blowing people up for fun. I mean, it's just insane, and I've always had a ton of fun watching it. I could watch it right now, and I did. I watched it just the other day, and it was just fun. The CGI sucks. Gotta know that going in, and when they use CGI, it's terrible. Some of the worst you've ever seen. but they do also use practical effects that makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah, the first 15 minutes of it, I thought, oh man, this is gonna be terrible. But
Yeah.
after we got past, once we got them on the boat and to the pirates, that
Yeah.
it exploded from there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is very good.
Well, I guess my number 4 pick is Cliffhanger. I just love this film. Like you said, it's got all the good stuff in it. I would have never realized that they weren't actually doing a lot of those stunts in the film, because everything looked so realistic to me. I couldn't see anything wrong with it. The storyline was great. The first part of the movie, the way it started off, I thought was a really great way to start a movie, to get you excited about what was going to happen. The villain was good. What's his name?
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
Man, he plays a perfect villain in that movie. But yeah, I just love Cliffhanger.
Yeah, it is a very good film. I mean, the 4K that Pop showed before, I mean, in the UK at the moment, that thing is dirt cheap.
Oh,
Like, it's constantly on sale. It's absolutely everywhere. Can be picked up for about £10. That now, brand new. You know what I mean?
It is over here as well.
Yeah, I don't know
Finding
why.
the slip might be hard, but
yeah, it looks good.
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It is a cool film.
Stallone at
Yeah,
the
it
height
really
of
is.
his powers.
Yeah. Okay, so we're back into the Rambo franchise, and again, as much as I love the franchise, I was always a bit iffy with the first 2 films. Take nothing away from them; they're both fantastic films. But you guys know me; I don't do serious, and I always found the first one to be a bit more serious than what I needed that film to be. As good as it is, and as much as I enjoy it, it's way too serious. And then Rambo 3 comes in, and all bets are off. You know what I mean? This isn't serious. It's absolutely ludicrous in places. Again, it's complete Stallone over the top scenarios. Just, I mean, the whole, obviously the VHS cover where you see that Russian attack ship, that whole scene at the end with that attack ship, like I said, back to the 50 cal in the Rambo film, very very much similar. You know what I mean? Kind of scenario when that kicks in. Love this, absolutely loved it. You know what I mean? He's dead hesitant about going back, what he wants to do. The government keep going back to him, saying, "Listen, we need to go back in. No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it." And then when he realizes, obviously, it's all gone wrong, and he's going to have to do something about it, and he does go back in, then it's brilliant. Again, this VHS, I've had this for years. This is again, I think I may have shown this once before.
Yeah, you have. You have. I've been wanting that since you showed it last time.
Yeah, big old ex-rental VHS box from the UK. And it's always been there. And again, it was one of those films from my youth that I just rewatched just because it's fun. You know what I mean? It's not relatively good. It's not really good. You know what I mean? It isn't mind blowing. You know what I mean? In theory, the first 2 films are far better than this, but I always got more enjoyment out of this one because it is daft. It isn't serious. It doesn't take itself serious.
Right.
So Rambo 3 for me.
Good pick. Now, I'm not sure if this here is going to be a popular pick or not. I don't know, but this movie had to be in my top 5 because what I did is I got so many Sylvester Stallone films that I like. I had to go back to and pick out the ones that I watched the most. You know, if I'm watching something, this is usually going to fall in the mix of Stallone films. I watch at least once a year, maybe once every couple years at the most. And that is Lock Up. Absolutely love this movie here. I love a prison movie, and if you're going to arrest Sylvester Stallone and put him in prison, I'm there every day of the week. This movie is fantastic. John Amos is fantastic in this. Sonny Lanham plays a good asshole in this movie.
Tom Sizemore.
Yeah, Tom Sizemore. I mean, I don't know, the bald-headed guy, the prison guard, one of the biggest assholes of any prison movie maybe.
Yeah.
I just love this movie. I love the football game. You know, where sorry, Siri. I love the football game where he jumps up and you got something to say, first down. It's like, oh, come on, man. How does it get any cooler than that? I'm a big fan of the football game. The big guy that runs the mechanic shop that comes in, get over on that other team. The whole scene is just gold.
Yeah.
So absolutely love this movie, guys. And there was no way this wasn't going to be in my top 5. If he didn't have so many damn good movies, it'd be higher. So it's number 4 for me.
Yeah.
What are y'all's thoughts on Lockup? Or y'all want to wait and we'll see later?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. The Lockup's a lot of fun, and like you said, the guy runs the shop, Eclipse, and they get a new kid in who just murdered somebody. He's going to be there for life, and tries to take him. It's got all the beats that follow a typical, good prison movie. So I think it's a lot of fun. But a side note is, like, me and Alan were talking about the thumbnail. I was like, hey man, what if we did the thumbnail and we just put his bad movies on the thumbnail? And Alan's like, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah. What bad movie?
And I started naming something. He goes, whoa, watch it.
Rhinestone's fantastic, man. Come on. Drinkenstein, come on. Killing me. So I had to go all the way back to Kitty and Stud, party at Kitty and Stud's house to find a bad movie. No. I managed to throw a few bad ones on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
That was by Brad's request, by the way. Those are the movies I would have chose for the thumbnail.
Yes.
So people are looking at that going, why the hell did he put Kitty and Stud in there? His porno of 1970.
Why did he put Last Blood on there? I like Last Blood. Right. I don't care. I like it. I have a lot of fun with it. It's ridiculous, but it works.
The Last Blood was actually, that was not supposed to be the bad movies. Last Blood was because that was a really cool image. And I had to be on the thumbnail. I love that image.
I just love when he loses it. He finally goes over there, and then he crosses the border, going back to do the third act of the movie. And out of nowhere, like they're going through. So there's a bunch of off-screen kills, which I don't usually like, but the way they did it, it worked. But they're going through the house. They're looking for the cartel boss, and they find him in bed, and he's been decapitated. And right at the same time, he's literally crossing the U.S.-Mexico border. The window opens up, and then Sylvester Stallone throws his head out. Just going, I'm in. So you got me.
So Brad, now you said the other day that you have never seen Rhinestone, right?
No, I've never seen Rhinestone.
Tony, Anthony and Tony, have y'all ever seen Rhinestone?
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, dude, it is really a dumbass movie, but it is very funny.
It is.
There's a lot of funny scenes in it. I grew up watching it, so it's very nostalgic for me. It's really not a good movie, but that being said, there's a lot of funny scenes in it.
Yeah, they need to release that. I want to see it again.
I actually just got it, Tony, from I imported it, I think, from Germany.
Oh.
I got the Blu-ray from Germany coming in. I got it when me and Brad were talking about it. I said, I don't own this movie. I got to find it. And I went out there on Blu-ray.com, and Germany had a Blu-ray of it. Of course, they don't say rhinestone. It's some German word. I'm assuming it's a German word for rhinestone. But it's it should be here in a couple days, I guess.
Yeah, Mill Creek needs to do one of those retro VHS style slips on that one.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great. All right, let's catch up with the chat here real quick. All right, Chris Sinclair, or Chris LeClaire says, hey, how you doing? All note says, I hope Brad's top 5 is just all Rambo.
Yeah, probably is.
No comment. God damn it.
Caveman said, originally in the final battle, Rambo was supposed to hold the M2 50 cal machine gun in his hands and fire it, but when fully assembled, the weapon weighs 120 pounds. Caveman says Stallone was still capable of holding and firing it, but it was too cumbersome for quick movements, so it was mounted on the back of a Jeep instead.
It's worked out really well.
The recoil would be ridiculous. And when he's shooting it, he's literally just like this.
Yeah, and he's 6 years old, man. He could break a damn hip, whatever when he's shooting that thing. All right. Pirates suck, but Burmese pirates are just the worst. Yeah, I think they proved that in that movie. They were pretty rotten.
The lead missionary guy is like, we'll work it out. Let's talk. Diplomacy. And the whole time, Rambo's going, no, don't talk. Shut up. Cover that woman. Be quiet. And even he's like screaming no as Rambo's killing all the guys to save their lives. Rambo grabs him, lifts him off the ground, and says they would have raped her 50 times and cut your fucking heads off. And right then I was like, that's the moment. I know I'm in. Whatever happens, I'm shoveling popcorn in my mouth. I know this is gonna go off.
Right. And it did. It did not disappoint.
Oh yeah.
Ken is in the house. What's going on, Ken?
Hey, Ken.
Caveman's and Julie Benz was cast as Sarah because Sylvester Stallone was a big fan of the television show Dexter, in which she stars. Now, Caveman's just full of knowledge, man. I'm getting all kind of good information here. Caveman says averages 2.59 killings per minute, and he figured that out on a calculator. And 2008 is the only Rambo slide directed. Yeah, I made that in my notes. We're going to talk about that real quick before we move on, just so everybody knows. Because I didn't know this off the top of my head until I looked it up. He has directed Paradise Alley, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Staying Alive, which garbage, Rocky Balboa, Rambo, The Expendables, and he has an upcoming one called As Tough as They Come. Don't know nothing about that one, but
Yeah.
I was interested in what all he's actually directed. So that's if anybody cares.
I don't think that he's written also. There's a lot.
He's written a lot too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I actually didn't look that up, but you're right. All right. Now that's not as good information as the 2.59 killings per minute, but that's impressive.
You get a lot of bang for your buck in that movie.
Yeah. All right. Ken says, "How did you guys decide on 5? Did you have the one Rambo and one Rocky film rule?" No, we never set any rules like that. It was pretty much just
just one of each.
No, it wasn't that at all. It was basically just pick your top 5 movies, and for me that made it tough with these 2 franchises. Mm-hmm. But what I did was I went back and kind of went with the ones I rewatched the most. That was my deciding factor on ones that were close, personally. But we never really made any rules on it. And of course, we're gonna have honorable mentions, so that's gonna help a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Senna Steph says, "Hey guys, once and for all, Arnie or Sly?"
Sly.
For me personally, it's gonna be Sly. I'm not taking nothing away from Arnold Schwarzenegger, but for me, it's Sly.
Ernie for me.
I'll take something away from him. One's an actor and one's a guy that yells stuff and has big muscles. So that's why I like Sly, because he can actually act. No matter what role you put Arnold in, he can't act.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
No, not at all. He just everything he did, especially the run through the 80s, was just fun. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It was just all popcorn flicks. Everything was entertaining.
Now, if you want to say one thing for Arnold, the charisma is off the charts.
Yeah.
Where Stallone doesn't have the charisma that Arnold has. So
Yeah.
it's a wash.
Neither one of these guys are getting cast as Shakespeare. They're never.
No.
But
At least with Stallone, you can see he has heart in his films.
Mm-hmm.
You actually have feelings. With Schwarzenegger, you don't really see that.
No.
right.
No.
All right. But like I said, I'm not gonna hate on either one of them. I love both of them.
Yeah, me too.
That horror dude, what's going on? Says, yo. Robert Mono, Demolition Man has to be on someone's list. Stallone was awesome in that movie. Wesley Snipes was an awesome villain too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to use the shells.
Just wait, Rob. Just wait.
And he went to the future and he forgot to pay his taxes for a bunch of years and caught up to him. Too soon. Caveman says Cliffhanger, different titles from different countries. Summit Warrior in Taiwan. Total Risk from Mexico. Total Hazard, Argentina, Peru. Infernal Storm, Portugal. And Low Pressure in Greece. So I'm going to start calling Caveman IMDb.
Yeah.
More you know.
Cliffhanger
That's
sure
great
deserves
info, Caveman.
as the best title.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Summit Warrior. That's a good name.
Low Pressure. All right. Chris LeClaire says Rocky. Caveman. And Tony, would you please be kind and rewind your Rambo 3?
Yeah.
I mentioned that to him last time. I said, you not rewind, that's going to be $1.
He's probably afraid to rewind it though, because it might tear up.
Yeah, it'll just fall to pieces. It'll be dust
Yeah.
if I rewind this. You know what I mean?
I really need that display on the shelf, man. Like I got room for it. But
It is cool.
All of mine are rewound.
all right, Northern Red 89. What's going on? I'm a huge fan of Demolition Man, Rocky 4, and Judge Dredd. Those are ones I watch multiple times a year.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd's good fun.
Dylan Mentis Reviews. The Italian Stallion was a good one. Which I think is the other name for Kitty and the porno in 1970 was the Italian Stallion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be LOL, missed the buttons or something.
Caveman. Pops, where did you find the Steelbook of Lockup? And don't forget the big jaw guy. Laugh out loud. I think he is in this. I think he is this stream's Martin Landau. Caveman, it's funny you say that. When it came up about the third time, I almost mentioned that, but never did. Yeah, this is big jaw guy is the theme of this chat here. This Lockup Steelbook, I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say I got it off of Zombie, if memory serves.
You did.
So I'll show y'all the full thing opened up.
Yep.
It's a really cool looking steelbook, and it's 4K. So I was happy to get that.
Yeah, it's a nice one. It sold out.
All right, let's see where we are here. Adrian James, hey there, everybody. How you going, Adrian?
Hello, Adrian.
You beat. That's one of those things you go, damn, I should have said that first. Too fast for me, Brad. Caveman said, I've seen Rhinestone, but I'm old. Man, back in the day, I'm not going to lie, I could watch Rhinestone every day. Back when I was, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, around that age. Love that movie.
Yeah, I saw that one in the theater. It was a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, Tony talked to me when he comes back and he finally plays the big song and he hits the note just right and the crowd goes crazy. It's a cool moment, man. It's cheesy as hell, but it's a cool moment. I used to love that as a kid. I don't know. Brad, you're going to hate it. Brad, you're not going to like it. You're going to absolutely hate it. But you need to watch it once.
The one where I thought he was a gay prostitute or something?
He's never been a gay prostitute. He's never been a gay prostitute ever.
Okay, listen, I believe you. I'm not saying you're protesting a little too much. I'm talking to Alan about it. Like, that's that one where he's like a gay prostitute or something, and I was like, no, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I say gay prostitute and like 5 things pop up with spam.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me block them.
And we're multi-streaming. I've never had those in my chat before.
Sorry about that. You're hanging out with the bad crowd now. You're sitting at the bad table. Where are we at, guys? Y'all got me all twisted up. But no, he has never been in a gay porno. I've never seen Kitty and Stud, but I'm assuming in that he's not. I don't know. Maybe in that I have no idea.
I thought he was like a stripper or something turned gay prostitute. Listen, I've never seen the movie, but for some reason that's what I thought. He was
he is a New York City cab driver, and he has his way with Dolly Parton. So there you go. All right, but you need to watch it once. You're gonna hate it, but watch it once.
My mistake.
Don't let it happen again, damn it. All right. Rob Romano, the knowledge is incredible. Is it caveman or rap man? Yeah, I try to take notes for the stream, and caveman is killing me. I just got my notes, throw them down. Mine are no good anymore. Rain Man, go.
Yeah.
Rob Romano, the knowledge is incredible. Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, fixed it.
If you know, you know.
Okay.
I don't know, y'all, all you young kids lingo.
He was talking about the Italian Stallion, and that was the name of the porno.
Gotcha.
Of course, Alan knows Smut King.
Yeah, Anthony, I like the way y'all stream last night. You seen Brad's shirt? Oh, the Smut King. Me and my wife were watching. She looked at me and I said, "You don't even want to know."
Forget about it. It's move fast.
Caveman said, Sylvester Stallone was one of the most bankable stars in Hollywood in '84, fresh from the success of First Blood and first of his Rambo films.
Yeah.
Guys, what's going to happen is Caveman's fixing to start another stream, and everybody's going to go over and watch this.
Yeah. We're having a 6-hour discussion on the merits of Sylvester Stallone in Hollywood.
Right.
It's a lecture.
All right. Dylan says that was Pacino.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I know Cruising. I think Cruising was I think he was playing a gay guy, a cop trying to catch a gay killer, something like that.
Dog Day Afternoon. I mean, he played.
Yeah, Dog Day Afternoon. Yeah, that one too. All right, Dylan. Al Pacino did Cruising. Maybe that's it. Dolly Parton, meanwhile, was not only one of the music's biggest crossover superstars, but she had also starred in the movies 9 to 5 and The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. 2 back-to-back financial successes, pairing the two for the comedy of wrestling, which was released 37 years ago today in '84, must have seemed like a no-brainer.
I do have to get up and go to work tomorrow.
Sorry, guys. All right, caveman. Dylan, we appreciate it, buddy. All right, Dylan says cruising, and the last one here, great idea. He's going to go get the stream started. All right, guys.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's awesome. All right, Brad, what you got, buddy?
Well, it's my number 3. Again, the number where it is might be controversial, but mentioned it several times already. First Blood. Which the one thing I'd like to point out is this is not an action movie, despite what the cover may look like.
Yep.
It's not an action movie; it's a drama, and particularly well, the body count is 0 in this movie. Yes, someone dies, but he has an accident; he falls out of a helicopter. But other than that, Rambo kills nobody. He just wanted to get something to eat, as he says. Big fat Brian Dennehy plays the local sheriff in the small Portland town. This was shot in Canada, but a town 100 miles away from Portland, fictional town. And Rambo is coming through that part of the world to look up a old non-buddy of his who has died of Agent Orange. And then he's just kind of wandering. He's kind of drifting after that, and then he's going to this small town to find a diner, get something to eat, maybe get cleaned up, and then keep moving. As he's walking into town, he runs into Brian Dennehy's character who plays Sheriff Teasel, and Teasel decides to give him a ride all the way through town and drop him at the other side and tell him to keep going to Portland with the rest of the bums, because he doesn't want bums in his small town. It's quiet, it's boring, you'd hate it here, basically is what he's telling him, and says, don't come back. And obviously, John Rambo is not feeling it so great after his friend just dying. He's had enough. During the Vietnam War, people came back from Vietnam. They were spit on. They were treated horribly. The veterans, it wasn't their fault. And he's had enough. He was going back to town no matter what happens. He's going to get something to eat. So he decides he's going to go back to town. And he gets arrested for vagrancy. And, they try to shave him and get him ready for court. He has a freak out, gets a non-flashback of being tortured, breaks out of jail, steals a motorcycle, rips ass out of town. They follow him into the woods. And all hell breaks loose because they won't let him go. They've decided that they're going to make it personal, I guess, and go after this, even though his charges were vagrancy, which is probably I think it was a $200 fine at the time or something like that. And they, for some reason, call in the National Guard and all this other stuff. Just before they call in the National Guard, obviously, Rambo leaves him alive, but takes out the officers in town and tells Brian Dennehy's character, Sheriff Teasel, to leave it alone. I'll give you a war you won't believe. Let it go. It's over. We were both wrong. Whatever. Let it go. Obviously, that doesn't happen. And Colonel Troutman's brought in his former handler to try and talk him down. And it's a great film. If you haven't seen First Blood, come on. See First Blood. But I love the survival aspect of it. I love the survival movie. I love it. He's just trying to make his way. He's just trying to get away. And I love Troutman in this movie that comes back, and the dialogue between him and Dennehy is hilarious. And finally, Dennehy goes, "You telling me 200 men versus 1 is a no-win situation?" He said, "You send that many in. Remember one thing: a good supply of body bags."
Body bags.
Yeah, that's a great line.
Great line, and he's telling him the whole time, "I'm not here to protect him from you. I'm here to protect you from him."
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what you're doing here. And then when they think at some point, they think in the movie that they killed Rambo. And I love Colonel Troutman again. Is just eating it up. He steals the show in the movie. He goes, "Here he is, John J. Rambo, Purple Heart winner, Silver Star." He just names all of his accolades, and he goes, "Killed for vagrancy in Jerkwater, USA."
Yeah, so great.
This is a classic. I mean, there's no sense even talking about it. If anybody hasn't seen this movie, again, your parents raised you wrong. Run and watch First Blood. It's an all-time classic. It's a great film. It's timeless. It's not dated at all. Check it out. And I do want to mention one character in this that I love, which is the character of Galt, who gets the award for #1 asshole of all time in this movie. He constantly escalates the situation. He's great in it, and this is a great 4K release. Unfortunately, we all know I didn't get the slipcover. I guarantee you, I bet you, if Tony pulls his up, he's got a slipcover, and it's a really oh no, 10, mighty 10, but I can't say enough good things about it. It's a great movie. There's no fat in it. It's an awesome one.
Yeah, it's great, man. I got that poster right over there, man. I love that movie so much. We'll talk more about it maybe later.
That was my number 3 also.
Okay.
Okay.
Because Brad's already gave the synopsis of the whole film, character names, everything that happened. That was perfect. But it is amazing how they did the artwork on this one to make it look like it was going to be an action film, just kind of like the stylized Rambo films. But definitely, you would never have thought that Rambo, the franchise of Rambo, would have turned out the way it was just based off that first film. But yeah, I love it.
No, he did get the slip with the digital camo print on it and everything, of course.
Have any of you guys ever read the original novel?
I didn't read it. No,
I have not. I have not.
It doesn't end the same as the film ends. Troutman shoots Rambo in the head.
Yeah, executes him
at the end. Executes him. They don't know how to deal with him. They can't deal with him. They don't know what to do. And Troutman takes an opportunity, sees an opportunity, and just shoots him in the fucking head. Just executes him.
That'd have been rough for Rocky or for Rambo 2. That'd have been tough.
Yeah. But the novel ends completely different, on a different note altogether.
I just always thought that was interesting. 0 body count, kills nobody.
Yeah.
He does kill 3 dogs, I think. He shoots 2 dogs and then stabs one.
Yeah.
Off camera.
And a hog, a pig.
Oh, and a pig too. He eats a pig.
Okay, my number 3. And again, it's out of the Stallone collection, so you'll have to bear with me. It is Demolition Man. Again, right up my alley. My taste in film straight away. This Wesley Snipes just steals the absolute show in it. You know what I mean? He is absolutely over the top, fantastic. Again, everything about this works really, really well. Just stupid little things in it, like the franchise wars that Taco Bell wins, and you know what I mean. Just little nods of stuff all over everywhere. And then you've got the whole spin on it where they've got the sort of underground resistance kind of thing. Just brilliant film, and probably the only Stallone film in my collection that my wife will actually sit down and watch with me. She likes it as much as I do. So that is the one Stallone film that we watch on a regular basis together. It's just fun. It's for me. There's a little bit of sci-fi in there. It's a bit futuristic, and then you sort of add the whole thing with Wesley Snipes in it as well, who for me is better than Stallone in the film. To be honest, it just works. Everything about the film works, and it didn't go down too well when it first came out. You know what I mean? People weren't too keen on it. But I think it's become a bit of a classic over the years. I think more people have gone back to it now and enjoy it more than they did when it first came out. And it's got a really, really cool ending to it as well. Like I said, it's probably one of those films that everyone's seen by now, Demolition Man. I mean, God, it was replayed on UK TV every other week. You know what I mean? It was just on repeat. So my number 3 is Demolition Man.
Yeah, it's kind of odd that they never tried to reboot that or remake it.
Yeah.
That's Sylvester Stallone's Total Recall.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
They mirror each other in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Their careers.
Kind of like think about it. Of course, this is years later, but in between, but not. I'm sure this wasn't planned, but you think about when you said the low kill count in First Blood. Think about T2.
Yeah.
T2 had like 0 kill count, so. I'm sure that was no relation at all, but it just popped in my head when you were saying that. So, all right. So I want to give my number 3 here, and there's the set we're talking about, and this is the movie that's going to be my number 3. Rocky 3. Now, I'll be honest with you, I could put this entire franchise in it, and I'll just sit back and listen to you guys talk. I love the Rocky franchise. It's to me, it's regardless what anybody says about it, the Rocky franchise is fantastic to me. I absolutely love it. There's no other movies that make me feel the way this movie feels after I get through watching it. I'm an old, out of shape, fat guy, but I can watch a Rocky movie and I feel like I can run 5 miles. No other movie makes me feel that way. Period. And that's something to say about a movie.
Yeah.
This is a personal favorite. I got a lot of personal reasons to like this movie. It's just my favorite. And Rocky 3 is the one that I go back and watch the most because it's just a lot of fun. I mean, you got Hulk Hogan in this playing Thunder Lips. You know, you get more fight. You get more of the fights in this. You get the Thunder Lips. You get 2 fights. You know, you get the Mr. T fight, and then you get the
montage at the beginning
boxing montage
where he's beating a bunch of guys.
But the Thunder Lip scene with this, you know, is fantastic. You know, how much do you think he eats? You know, he says about 202 pounds. Weighing in at 202 pounds. I mean, it's just great. You got the scene where, spoiler alert, I mean, there shouldn't be any spoiler warnings for this now.
No.
But when Mickey dies, rips your gut out. I could every time I watch it, if you don't cry at that part, you're an ass. That's just my opinion. Maybe that's harsh. But that scene, man, if you're a Rocky fan, that scene there it's like your family member dying, man. It kills me. But you know, Mr. T plays the asshole. His little thing when they're revealing the statue, and he's hitting on Adrian. You almost feel like he's hitting on my wife. I mean, that's how much I love these characters.
Hey, woman.
You know, it makes you instantly hate this guy. You know, and I seen something somewhere. I don't remember where I heard this at, but Mr. T went to go see the premiere of this with his mom. And Mr. T's mom was getting on to him the entire time about the way he was acting in the movie because they're really religious, and so I thought that was kind of funny. His mom's getting on to him in the audience, but guys, I could talk about Rocky 3 for so long. Man, there's so many things about it I like, so many lines in it that get me. You know, the training montage whenever Apollo Creed's getting pissed off because he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, there is no tomorrow, that whole thing, you know.
There is no tomorrow, yeah.
You can feel Apollo Creed just getting pissed off, getting more pissed off. When he brings Rocky into his gym, you know, and you see everybody's face, and that's the eye of the tiger, and he goes through that whole spiel. Everybody's seen it. It's just, there's so many things about it I love, man. And when he's coming back in, my favorite scene of any Rocky movie ever, I know it's a small one, but when he's coming back in right before he goes through the double doors, he looks at Rocky and he says, "It takes a hell of a man to change. You did it, and I'm proud of you." Chill bumps, just saying it. So that's my scene. That's my favorite scene of all times. It's just like Rocky came back. He did it. He did his. I mean, he just lost his manager. Think about all the shit he went through. Totally changed the style of fighting. You know, he's fixing to go fight this asshole that just beat him. And it's just, to me, that was one of the high points of the whole series for me personally. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up because I could keep on going. Rocky 3 is gonna be my number 3.
You know, my favorite part of Rocky 3 is
What's
in the
that?
first Mr. T fight. They're in the corner in between rounds. Rocky takes a big cheeks full of water and turns
It's on Paulie.
and misses the bucket and spits it right all over Paulie. And Paulie, not Burgess Mary, Burt Young is just like, ever the professional, he's just like, okay. It's all, I mean, I lose it every time I see that. I mean, not even close to bucket is here. Right in his face all over him.
Yeah, the first time I watched that series with my wife, she hated Paulie. Rocky 1 and 2, she hated Paulie. I said, trust me, by the end of this, you're going to love Paulie. Trust me, and she did.
He mentions it in the movie because Paulie and Apollo keep bumping heads.
Right.
And Apollo drops his bags, and he's just ready to go. Let's have it then, Al Capone, let's go. And Rocky pulls him aside and says, it just takes you about 6 years. But once you get to know him after about 6 years, Paulie goes, I ain't got 6 years.
He says, can he swim with a name like Rock? All right, guys, let's get caught up in the chat here. I don't think we got too far behind here. All right. Meanwhile, was serves caveman's knowledge, 2 back-to-back finance successes. Okay, here we go. I think this was it, guys. He said cruising. Oh, there's this great. Here we go. This is it. Brad, are you still hung up on Bruce Willis and the Jackal being light in the loafers? I have not recommended Last Love or shown my art today.
Has everybody here seen the Jackal?
I have not. I have not.
I've not seen the Bruce Willis one, though. I've seen the original.
Me and Jace were talking on the stream last night, just real short here, about the Jackal. We both love the Jackal, me and Jace. And I asked Jace, I said, you're a big fan of the Jackal. is Bruce Willis' character a homosexual or not? And because it's kind of if you've seen the movie, you would get it. That's all. That's what he's referring to.
I got you. All right.
In my opinion,
Brad.
yes. In my opinion, yes, he is gay in the movie.
Gotcha. Rambo First Blood by now includes free plastic packing bag.
Yep. I didn't already own it.
I'm assuming maybe that's Anthony. You know how to use the shells.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where he doesn't know how to use the shells, and he just goes up to the ticket machine, just starts swearing at it. It's just giving him loads and loads of tickets. He just takes them all, sort of smiles at everybody, and comes up to
It's
the
a great
table.
scene. All right, Caveman says Anthony gets lucky on double feature night, The Crow and Demolition Man. I enjoy ICU, great atmosphere. That's one I need to go back and rewatch, man. I don't think I've seen that one but once, and that's way back in the rental days.
Yeah, I watched it a few weeks ago. A couple of weeks ago, it was excellent. It was fun.
And that's Alyssa Milano, star of Teen Wolf 3, and look at that icon there, guys.
We got a star in the house. It's a real, genuine celebrity.
That's interesting. Horror Bengals fan. I love Cliffhanger.
Yep.
What's up, Mel? What's up, party people? Happy May Day. Yep, May 1st.
Hello, Mel.
That's crazy. Years flying by. Caveman says, Nighthawk's interesting tidbit. Rutger Hauer lost his mother and his best friend during the production of this movie. He returned to his native Netherlands for both of their respective funerals. But, we have another paragraph here, but returned to the production each time within a few days. Despite all the personal drama, Brad, you're killing me. I can't look at your face while I'm reading this, dude. Despite all the personal drama and all the difficulties on the set, Hauer stated in his autobiography that he was happy and stayed aboard.
Continued.
Hold on. I feel like I'm reading an audiobook to y'all. As this movie caused him to be noticed in Hollywood and started an impressive international career.
Rutger Hauer's the man.
He is.
He is the man. He is the man. Just rewatched The Hitcher, and man, that's my favorite movie with him in it. I know a lot of people might be Blade Runner, but I love him in The Hitcher.
My favourite, and it's well overlooked, and he's probably his best acting of his career. Hobo with a Shotgun.
Oh,
He's great in that too.
Amazing
Yeah.
in that film. Yeah,
Split Second. Awesome in Split Second.
Split Second's really good, but that is a really batshit crazy film. You know, that is nuts.
Yeah. My kind
What's
of
the
movie.
one where he's blind with the Blind Fury?
Blind Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Rutger Hauer stream. You heard it here, guys.
Yes.
All right, where did I leave off at here? All right. Hollow Note says, didn't have time to investigate the Jackal last night. Jace's stream went longer than anticipated. Yeah, didn't you guys go like 4 hours? Or did Jace go like 4 hours?
Chase always goes 4 hours.
Nice.
Or more. He talked movies with an old bum that couldn't speak. He just loves talking movies. He don't care.
Caveman said, atmosphere, another could be another name for Cliffhanger. Oh, no, it's laugh out loud at Tony's face. Rutger is awesome, Blind Fury, and Hobo, says Caveman.
Yeah.
You guys are killing it in the chat tonight. I appreciate it, guys. All right. We are, where are we at, Brad? Number 2?
Number 2.
Oh, Mama Blu-ray just jumped in. We'll say hey to her real quick. Hey, Mama Blu-ray.
Hey
Appreciate you
there.
stopping by. Always good to see you.
Well, my number 2 has already been mentioned, but I will talk at length about it because this was a big time favorite of mine as a child. It's very dark. It's probably his darkest movie. It's 1986's Cobra, directed by George Cosmatos.
Yeah.
That name is important because he directed another movie called Tombstone. Ever heard of it?
Yep.
Really good director, underrated. He's got anger issues. I don't remember what the deal is, but basically got kicked out of Hollywood. But this movie checks a lot of boxes for me. You've got the iconic character of Marion Cobretti, aka Cobra. He's basically he needs to protect a witness who has seen a serial killer, a local serial killer, and Cobra is the only one that believes this is a real problem. That there's, he believes there's an army of psychos that'll do anything to waste her, is what he says, and nobody believes this theory of his, and they just let him take her out of town to protect her. But the opening of this movie is very interesting to me, and I it wasn't brought up before, but they got a guy in. He's actually connected to the Night Slasher, who they end up going after. They call themselves the Hunters of the New World. I can't remember, but it opens with them. They're in some dingy warehouse, and there's people in business suits, all walks of life, and they're like banging garden tools together. They're like some kind of death cult, basically. And so the movie opens up. There's a guy. He's got a bomb in a grocery store. They got SWAT teams. They got every police in the force parked out front. Snipers on rooftops. And they go, well, we obviously aren't equipped to handle this. Call the bastard. So they call Marion Cobretti to come in his own personal vehicle, probably on a Saturday. He's not even working, and take care of this. So again, everybody's in tactical gear, rifles and whatnot. He's got a pistol stuck down the front of his pants and super tight jeans, sunglasses on, and a match in his mouth.
With a Cobra logo on his pistol.
A Cobra logo on his pistol, and just shows up in this awesome car, parks in front of everybody, and then just goes right in the front door. Doesn't sneak around the back or anything, or go through the roof or whatever. Right in the front door. Basically walks right up to a PA system, starts talking shit to the guy. I don't deal with psychos. I put them away.
He grabs a beer first.
Like yeah. The guy says, I got a bomb here. I'm going to blow up the place. Of course, Sly goes, go ahead. I don't shop here. It's just, it's everything that I ever wanted as a kid in a movie. It's super dark. There's a real serial killer involved. Plus, you got the buddy cop element with him and Gonzalez, his partner. They're constantly giving each other shit, which is great. They're constantly making fun of each other's diet. He turns to, Cobra has killed 6 people at this point in the movie and couldn't care less. Gonzalez, they turn to each other, and Cobra goes, you know what your problem is? There's a character named Monty in the movie who's obviously he's a cop, and he hates Cobra, and he thinks that he's outdated. It's a very Dirty Harry type situation. You're a dinosaur. Your type of police force shouldn't be allowed anymore. The zombie squad. This is not jumping through a window, okay? This is going to be real police work. And as that scene ends, Gonzalez says, when this is over, to Cobra, when this is over, we should celebrate by punching a hole in Monty's chest. Cobra looks at him and goes, you know what your problem is? You're too violent. It's all the sugar you're eating. It's just that kind of banter always gets me. But he ends up taking Brigitte Wilson out of town. Obviously, they end up hooking up in a hotel room, the whole nine. I don't want to spoil it. It turns into an action movie in the third act, but it all culminates in the big final showdown in a steel mill, mano a mano versus Cobra versus Brian Thompson, who plays the Night Slasher, who's excellent in this. I always like to point out in this movie too, he sneaks into a hospital to try and kill the witness, Brigitte Wilson. He's like, I'm going to dye my hair, so I'll blend in, with everybody. He goes in looking like Nosferatu. Got the colors up. He's this huge, giant jack guy. He's conspicuous as all hell. Everybody would know. That's the killer right there. That's him. Anybody would know. Watch the movie. You'll see what I mean. And then he finds a disguise. He kills the tiniest Mexican man he could find. And Brian Thompson's huge. He's all jacked up, steroided guy. He finds a 5'2" Mexican janitor, kills him, takes his glasses, and then magically he puts his clothes on and he's just the janitor now. Even though there's no way the size doesn't match up at all, but it's a tremendous film. It's a tour de force. If you have not seen Cobra, you're missing out. It's a lot of fun. There's a Scream Factory edition of this. This is just a bullshit studio edition I got. But it's a lot of fun. My biggest complaint about the movie is the song that they play at the end after this brutal killing.
Yeah.
Stallone and Brian Thompson fight to the death. in the steel mill, and Brian Thompson gets it, boy. Let me tell you, brutal ending. And then it plays like the strangest roll credit song you've ever heard in your life. It's like the most happy, upbeat, jumping around, kind of footloose type soundtrack at the end. Makes no sense, but Stallone, that's a heavy recommend for anybody. Check it out.
Yep, that's a good one.
It is a
Yeah,
great
that was actually a collector's edition for Screen Factory, which I thought was a weird choice for a collector's
Right.
edition for the Screen Factory line.
It is a horror movie if you really think about it.
Yeah.
know, so it does. To me, it's not an action movie; it's a horror movie, but there are action elements in it.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely a slasher, brutal killer too,
Yeah,
and they're
great
just
movie.
totally random victims.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, my number 2 pick is a Stallone drama that I really enjoyed, and it's Copland.
Oh yeah,
This
Great.
right
I just watched that today, man. Great movie.
Man, I love this. I love it. What were you going to say, Anthony?
I completely forgot about that film. Completely
Yeah.
forgot about it. It's been years since I've seen that.
So is this one of those that you would like to watch, or is this one that's,
It's been that long since I have seen it. I probably would delve into it again and give it a watch because, like I said, until you held that up, then I'd never even give it a second thought.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do as good as Brad as far as giving a synopsis of the film, but just to me, I like the way that they how low key Stallone is in this movie. He's just the keeping the peace between the two towns. I guess New York and New Jersey.
the fictional town in New
Right.
Jersey, right on the line.
There's a it's almost like it has elements of a mob movie type thing where different people run, the different cops run the different areas. And anyway, I just love it. I thought it was a really good one. That's my number 2.
Great pick.
Yeah.
One interesting thing about that movie is Sylvester Stallone gained 40 pounds for that role, and he also was paid like the minimum,
Yeah.
the minimum scale, and also by the time the reshoots were over with, he had already lost the weight again because he's such a beast. But he gained 40 pounds just to make it a little more realistic. That's definitely his best dramatic acting role. Anything he's ever done.
He actually acts in it. It's really
Yeah,
good.
it's good. I watched it today for the first time in years. I mean, I forgot how many stars are in that movie, man. Every time you turn around, there's another star walking on the screen. It's just a great cast.
Robert Patrick. I love Robert Patrick in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's
I said,
great choice, Tony.
Yeah, brilliant choice. I completely forgot about that film. Completely forgot about it. Okay, my number 2. I'm going slightly off piece with this one, and is it a Stallone film? Is it like a multicast film? I mean, Stallone's definitely in it, and he's in it for the main part. He is a main character. There's a bunch of other main characters as well, and that is Escape to Victory.
Michael Caine.
Brilliant film. Second World War film. Obviously, with me being English, I'm massively into football. This whole story evolves around prisoners of war, and they put a football team together to play basically Germany's first 11, and it's just a complete all-star cast. Michael Caine, Stallone, Max von Staal's in it. It's Pele's in it. There's a number of world-class footballers of the time in this film, as well as. It's a really moving story in places. If you've seen this, they're waiting for halfway through the film. They're waiting for some more POWs to come in, and within those POWs, there's 4 national Polish football players. And when these Polish guys turn up, they're not fit for anything. The guys look like they're on the brink of death. They're malnourished. They look terrible. They've been mistreated. So they struggle to what to do. So Stallone steps up and says, "Listen, you know what I mean? I can play football." So Michael Caine just takes him as his word, and they're trying to play football, and Stallone turns around, picks the ball up, starts running with it, and Michael Caine goes, "Whoa, what are you doing?" He says, I'm playing football." He says, "No, you play football with your feet. You don't pick it up and run with it. We're not playing rugby." So he sort of, Stallone gets the sulks on, and he's a bit depressed that he's not being picked, and he's trying everything to be chosen for this team. And the goalkeeper for the squad ends up breaking his leg, and they don't know what to do. and someone's just kicking a ball at Stallone, and Michael Caine realizes that Stallone can actually catch a ball when it's being kicked at him. So he makes him goalkeeper. He puts him in goals, but the whole thing, to be honest, Stallone in this is more the comedic relief, but he does it really well. So there's a whole serious element going to it, but every time it goes back to Stallone, he's doing something stupid. Like, you know what I mean? He thinks he's helping, but he's not really helping. But at the end, he does help, and it's brilliant. I mean, the whole end scene where they do escape through the bath at full time is great. Again, the cast of this is just fantastic, and it's really, really well shot. Yeah. For me, this is obviously it gets played constantly in the UK, and the theme tune in this is used by England football fans no matter where we go. They sing this on the terraces at every England home or away game. It means cool. That much to the people of Britain, like the people of England. It's great. So it's like I say, it's not a stand-up, straight-out Stallone film. You know what I mean? He's in there. It's a mixed cast, but the cast is that good with him in it that I had to put it in the Escape to Victory.
A rare movie where he's in an ensemble role.
So we just call it Victory here. We don't escape. We just have Victory.
Yeah.
That movie came out in '81. I was 10, and they used to show it on HBO all the time. And I was not at the right age to really want to watch that movie. Every time it was on, I was like, "Oh man, this is on again." When I'm trying to wait for one of my movies to come on, but it's something I need to revisit. I just for some reason I've never revisited it because it's a Stallone fan, you would think. But as I gotten older, but I need to go back and watch that because I also love Michael Caine.
Yeah, I mean it's really good that they have used him as sort of the comedic element to it, the lightheartedness of him in it. He's like a young child. He's eager, he's willing, he's wanting to do something, but he's like a bit of a bumbling fool with it at the same time. But he does it to great effect. He's really good in it. And the whole film's, you know what I mean, really good. It flows through nicely. Michael Caine's exceptionally good in it. You know what I mean? Even some of the guys who were actors who were actually genuine footballers. So like I said, Pele and people like that, they were pretty good. You know what I mean? Considering they was put into an acting role and they do nothing about acting, they actually come across in the film really well.
Good pick.
Oh yeah.
So my number 2 has already been brought up a couple times, but I mean, it is what it is. It's First Blood.
Oh yeah.
And I don't get to show this off enough. I know everybody has this, but I got to show it off one more time. And this is a beautiful set.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't got it.
So it's a beautiful set, man. Now,
that's an awesome set.
Now, Tony, I know this is going to drive you crazy, but when I got it in, you can't really see it. But this whole side is kind of dented. Yeah. And I actually went to the store, and the only one they had in the store was dented the same way. So I just said, well, I just dealt with it.
Do you know how many of those I bought? I bought 5 of them.
Did you really?
They were like $100 a piece.
Oh, yeah.
I kept buying them until I could find one that wasn't beat up.
Wow.
So was it an issue with them all?
Yeah. Most of them got beat up. It's a big tin. It's heavy, and it's just tin metal, so they get beat up easy.
They try to squeeze it on the shelf, where it doesn't fit. And, But I took all the other ones back. I didn't sell them or anything.
One thing about it is I love the disc art.
Yeah.
I think that disc art looks fantastic.
It's some of the best artwork on all of it.
And the steelbooks look great. Look at that steelbook, guys.
No, they're awesome.
Just looks, awesome. I mean, it looks fantastic. But guys, what can I say about this movie? I love this movie so much, and Brad and Tony know this. I just spent $350 on a damn 12-inch Rambo doll. Action figure. And I just finished my last pay in full of $79 or whatever it was. So sometime late 2022, Rambo or First Blood will be mine. It will be on the shelf back here behind me proudly. I love this movie, guys. It's something to think about. If Brian Dennehy would have just went by McDonald's and got this dude a Big Mac and drove him to town, I mean, maybe everything would have been good.
Yeah, talking about being hungry.
Right.
Angry. Yeah.
But, just a thought. But guys, love the movie. The survival tactics. Watching him in action. After seeing him after he breaks out and he makes it to the woods, and all these cops, especially the young guys, are so scared to death. And, and it's like he could have killed every one of them. You feel bad for the cops, the ones that are not assholes.
Yeah.
But, you get to see some of the stuff he can actually do in action. Just the way they set that up, it was so great. The scene of him falling, and hitting the limbs, hitting the trees, doing. Of course, as a kid when this movie came out, watching him sew his arm up was such a big deal. And of course, I love how the rest of the movies he always has a scar there. Little stuff like that. Just watching it so many times. I don't know what I can say. You guys ain't already said. Colonel Troutman in this is great. It's just fantastic. The way the Weekend Warriors, whatever the army guys, after they thought they killed him, they're posing in the woods, and just like they're celebrating
next to a
and
hole.
It's just great, man. But Brian Dennehy, his reaction whenever his buddy falls out of the helicopter, and he gets the young guy. Which, by the way, speaking of CSI Miami, whatever, that was a young, what's his name, the redheaded guy from
David
CSI
Russo.
Miami.
Yeah,
The young David Russo. David Caruso. Yeah. He gets him and puts him up to his face. Me and this guy, yada yada, whatever he said. I can't remember the line, but it's just a great movie, guys. It's about as close to, and I agree with you. I still kind of, it's right on the edge of an action movie, but I see what you're saying about it being a drama. But to me, it's for that type of movie, it is almost a perfect movie. It's one that it's very hard for me to find any flaws in it. I'm sure there are some if I look hard enough, but to me, it's just a perfect movie. So number 2. This easily could have been number 1. So that's what I got.
Cool.
So we'll get caught up on the chat. We get caught up on the chat, guys. Where are we at here? Uh-oh. What time you got to be working, Martin?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Caveman says, "I'm sorry. You ain't got to apologize, man. We're enjoying you. Don't worry about it.
We're not laughing.
Don't worry about it.
We're not laughing at you.
Yeah.
We're just laughing about the.
No, we're just having fun, man. We're just having a good time. And I appreciate the knowledge, man. You're telling me stuff I've never heard before. All right. Cobra, a very rare work print of the movie, has circulated among fans. Although all copies are poor quality, 30 to 40 minutes of footage is not available in any version. All the X-rated stuff removed from the final release."
Cool.
Vinegar Syndrome, please.
Brian Thompson had to buy his own ticket to see the film himself personally because he was not invited to the film's premiere by the film's producers and Warner, which still mystifies me to this day.
He did an amazing job. That's ridiculous.
Sylvester Stallone said he got the idea of LAPD Zombie Squad from a real-life zombie squad in Belgium comprised of cops who go out at night and handle crazed criminals on their own terms. Mel says, "Hey there, Mama Blu-ray. And I still need to check out Copland. I have been hearing nothing but great things about it. Man, I just watched it this afternoon or this morning, and I'm telling you, you're going to be amazed. Get on IMDb and look at the cast of that movie. There's so many stars in that movie, it's ridiculous. I can't even sit there name all of them. There's so many. It's such a good movie. Let's put it this way: Robert De Niro's in it, and he's got a small role. Even he don't stand out. There's so many stars. It's just a great cast.
Robert De Niro's like 5th on the call sheet. So
yeah,
there you go.
Fantastic movie. I forgot how good it was. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I wanted to refresh my memory to see if it was gonna make my top 5. Very easily could have, but we'll talk more about that later. All right. Cinesteph says the most Scorsese movie without being a Scorsese movie. Yeah. Caveman said there is a disclaimer at the end of the credits which states this film is a work of fiction. It is currently illegal for New York City police officers to live outside the state of New York.
Mm-hmm. There was discussed in the movie. There was a loophole for some civil servants that were allowed to, and in this precinct, those civil servants were annexed in the police officers because of a wage. They kept their wages artificially low so they could live outside of New York City and save a fortune in taxes.
Right.
And they didn't have to live with the city with the crime and everything. They lived in a small fictional town called Garrison, New Jersey.
Yeah. Cinesteph says, I think in the States it's just called Victory. Nonetheless, a great title, yeah. So Tony was just showing up there. All right. Caveman says, Stallone escaped to victory, broke one of his fingers as an attempt to save a penalty from Pele.
He did. He did.
I'm glad I heard him say Pele because I'd have said Pele right there and I'd have looked dumb. So, even though I've heard of Pele, my mind would have said Pele. All right. Where are we at? Brandisauer. Am I saying that right? Do you think Rocky IV is the best Rocky movie? I do not.
Yes.
I,
I personally
I
do.
love it.
It's,
I love it, but it's not my favorite. It's not the best Rocky movie in my personal opinion.
It's campy. It's cheesy. It's over the top. It's everything I love. It takes me. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? The franchise is amazing, but 1 and 2 do nothing for me in any way, shape, or form at all. Three.
Ooh, I feel a little faint. Ooh, let me take a sip of my drink.
Three I started to come round. By the time 4 hits, yeah, I am all over it. I mean, I love 4. You know what I mean? I think Dolph Lundgren in that is an absolute specimen. He looks the part. He plays the part. God only knows what that director's cut looks like that they put out for Rocky IV. I have no idea. I don't know if anybody that's seen it.
It's shorter, from what I understand. They cut
apparently, yeah. I mean, he removed all the elements where the robot is, and I think you know what I mean.
I went to theaters and watched the Ivan versus Drago, the director's cut of Part 4. I got to go. There was one showing here in my town. I got to go see it, and the parts they added back in really added a lot to it.
Yeah.
You know, for one, Apollo Creed didn't get demolished. Apollo Creed actually held his own.
Oh, that would have been better.
And that made it a lot cooler for me. And there was a lot more scenes when he went over to have dinner to tell Rocky he was going to fight the Russian. There was a big scene in the front yard of Rocky's house where he basically was asking Rocky's permission. Just like they had a conversation that was really good about that. Not just at the dinner table, Adrian saying her piece. That was enjoyable. So. But go ahead. I just want to say that act. If you hadn't seen the Ivan versus Drago, I don't know if that's on physical media anywhere. I don't think it is. I would keep an eye out for that.
No, we didn't even get a release of it over here. There was nowhere near me that was showing it. You know what I mean? I would like to see it. I would like to check it out. No doubt it'll pop up somewhere at some time.
Yeah.
But no, for me, like I said, I like the sort of schlockiness of it. It's right up my alley. And then everything off the back of 4, I just again zone out from. You know what I mean? It's not my cup of tea at all.
Yeah. Whew. It's gonna take a minute to reset there. Sorry. No, I love 4 also. Man, 4 is great. I love the whole franchise, but 4 is a lot of fun, and it's definitely in the upper part of my favorites.
Yeah. I mean, take nothing away from the franchise. The franchise is brilliant. Just it is 1 or 2 don't do anything for me at all.
Alan's going to blow the doors off this stream when he holds up Rocky V for his number 1.
Yeah.
Would that be something?
My ring's outside.
No, I mean it's no big surprise, guys. What my number 1 is. I mean it's Rocky. It's the first Rocky movie. If Jaws did not exist, if Jaws was never made, this would be my number 1 movie of all times. I mean, it is. Like I said earlier, there is not another movie that I have personally seen that makes me feel the way this movie feels. Makes me feel. It's a personal thing for many reasons I'm not going to get into tonight, whatever. But this movie here is absolutely to me, it's the perfect movie. You have the ultimate underdog story. You know, you absolutely love the characters. I mean, from the trainer, the relationship with the trainer, the relationship with Adrian, with Paulie. Just you care. My thing about a movie that makes me love a movie is caring about the characters. If they die, do you give a damn? And if I don't give a damn about the characters, yeah, I'm going to watch it, but it's not going to be memorable. It's going to be classified as a forgettable movie. Everybody in this movie, by the time you're into the Rocky Balboa, the Rocky IV, you love all these characters.
Yeah.
You know, and like just give you an example. I'm just going to give you all, and I'm going to shut up. I'm not going to talk forever. I'm going to give you all an example. Me and my wife went to Philadelphia about 4 or 5 years ago. I live in Florida, and we got to go see the Rocky stuff. We got to run the Rocky steps. Let me rephrase that. I took my chunky ass up the Rocky steps, realizing, okay, I'm not Rocky. I'm about halfway up. But I made it to the top, and I did the thing, and I'm sucking wind like an old guy. But it was fun, and I did it. But we got to go see the mixed gym, and we had a Rocky impersonator go around and give us. We had like a 3-hour tour. We did a personal tour with a Rocky impersonator, and dude, it was the best thing I've ever done. We got to go to like mixed gym. He would stand you in a certain place and have my wife take a picture of like certain scenes from the movie of me standing in the exact spot Rocky was standing in. It was freaking fantastic. I lost my train of thought over that. But anyway, this movie here is the first Rocky movie is absolutely the perfect movie for me. I had a point about that damn tour thing. I'm trying I lost my train of thought, guys. I apologize. I got to regroup here. But this movie here, I mean, I'm telling you, there's nothing about this movie that I hate. The one scene about the movie that stands out to me is when he's sitting there, he's talking to the agent, to Apollo's agent, and Apollo's telling him, he's going to give him a shot for the title. And the way the camera, y'all pay attention to this next time you watch this movie. The way the camera zooms into Rocky's face. You got this guy down on his luck. He's never had a break, whatever. And the way that camera zooms in on Rocky's face, whatever, and you feel everything that Rocky's feeling in that moment. And let's put it this way. All the movies we talked about tonight, this is the only movie I'm talking about that's giving me damn chill bumps. And I'm not lying. Just talking about the movie gets me all turned on. So, guys, my number one, there was never a question. I love it.
Help her or my mom will shoot.
No, they quite made the cut. I wish I remember my damn point when I was telling y'all about the Philadelphia story. It'll come to me in a minute. Damn it.
Yeah.
I had a complete brain fart on camera. Sorry about that.
We talked about this before, but you had mentioned that Rocky it's a draw to fight. Rocky loses a split decision to Apollo.
I remember what I was going to say. Sorry, bro. The Philadelphia trip. Okay, we went to all the sites. Well, one of the places we went to was where Rocky goes to talk to Adrian's grave. He puts the chair up in the tree. We went to that grave site. They actually have, over in the corner, they have the actual headstone for Adrian, the headstone for Paulie that you got to see. And they still have them there. They're over in the corner, but you can go over there and you can see the grave sites. I'm not going to lie. I felt like I was looking at a family member's grave site watching Adrian's headstone. And I got emotional, dude. That's how crazy this movie is for me. And my wife can attest to this, dude. I'm sitting there, getting a little misty, But yeah, it's just fantastic. I got such love for this movie, man. It'll be, like I said, if Jaws didn't exist, it would be my number one of all times. And on some days it may be. So after I watch it, that's what I had to say, guys. Y'all move on. Sorry to hold y'all up. I just had a brain fart.
Not at all, man. Not at all. It's
so.
I gotta always point out with Rocky, the hero doesn't win. And he really would have no chance to win. 5 weeks notice versus the heavyweight champion of the world. And he's a journeyman fighter, but he just wanted to go the distance, and he went the distance. He loses the decision in the end. And it's still great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because all he wanted that night before laying in bed with Adrian, all he wanted was to go the distance.
Which would have been a miracle, if you think about it, for a guy who's not even a heavyweight fighting a legit, heavyweight at the time. And he goes in the night before, and the colors of his trunks are wrong. And the guy's like, "Does it really matter?" The promoter tells him, "Doesn't really matter, does it?"
Yeah. And he realizes then that nobody gives a damn about him. It's just got to do it for himself.
It's a joke. He's a joke. And with an IQ of 45, he still figures it out.
Yeah. We need to have another Rocky stream so I can talk Rocky for an hour. That's what we need to do. All right, Caveman. Victory quote. What's the verdict on Williams, Major Karl von Steiner, the Germans? A regrettable mistake, Captain Colby. All right, Brad, you be Captain Colby. Captain Colby, players. Whole bloody war is a regrettable mistake. Major Steiner agree. I haven't seen this movie, guys, so I'm probably the worst one to read that.
Yeah, but, I have no idea.
I'll probably just butcher the hell out of that. All right, heroic waffles. What's going on, man?
Hey, Mike.
All right. Saying, hey, guys. Caveman says, speaking of dolls, one Christmas after returning from a foster home, my mom bought Santa, got me the complete Wizard of Oz cast with Monkey and Castle. Wish I still had this.
Cody, what's up?
Cody, what's up, Cody?
Hello, Cody.
I just got
a notification. Listen to the stream while cooking.
I just got a notification. Cody Montana put up a new video, so hopefully it's still there.
Cool. We'll check that out in a bit.
So I can watch it.
Yeah, I will check it out. Yeah, some of Cody's videos can be limited releases.
For another hour or so I can check it out before you delete it.
Well, Cody, what are you making tonight, buddy? What are you cooking for us? There's Jace. What's up, boys? Listening at work. Great picks. Seen around 30 Stallone movies, I think. First Blood would be number one. Couldn't argue with you. Man. Caveman, Over the Top hasn't been mentioned except to defend Rocky 4. Yeah, that's another guilty pleasure movie.
Alan plays in that movie. He plays the villain in Over the Top.
Both.
Over the Top.
I need to work on the stash a little bit.
Over the top. I didn't. I don't even have it to honorable mention because I don't have the copy of it. But what's the guy's name? The villain, the bald guy.
Bull Hurley.
Bull Hurley.
Yeah.
There's this big trucker diner that's like completely packed full of truckers. Bull Hurley walks over while Sylvester Stallone is arm wrestling somebody for $1,000 in the next room. He walks over, he finds the kid, Sylvester Stallone's kid. He pushes him by the shoulder and says, "Hey, is that your old man in there?" And the kid goes, "Yeah, that's my dad." And he goes, "Too bad for you, kid. The old man's a fucking loser." And Bull Hurley's like 6'9", 400 pounds. And there's a little 10-year-old kid or whatever. He says, "You talking shit to a 10-year-old kid? That's how much you hate this guy? I mean, really, dude?"
And your arm's as big as this kid's waist.
That's ridiculous. Bull Hurley is killed in that movie. Whoever the hell
Yeah.
it is.
You're in for a world of hurt, little man. And it's just, come on, man. When the dude drinks the motor oil, when it's showing the guy's getting ready for the match, and he just pops open a can of motor oil. I mean, come on, man. How can you hate on that?
It's sick later. Later, it shows him throwing up and he's getting sick. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Jesus. Eats a cigar in the middle of the match.
And the way what's funny is the guy doing the motor oil, it shows him doing Alka-Seltzer a little bit later.
Yeah.
Close to the end.
God, it must have been that 30 weight I drank.
And the way they slap each other before the fight. Man, if you slap me like that, I'm not going to arm wrestle. I'm going to beat your ass.
Yeah, get me fired up. But the Bull Hurley stuff, even when he's arm wrestling, he's talking shit. He's sitting there, he's got a guy, he's getting ready to pin him, he leans in and goes, "You ain't shit!" And then slams him over. Was that necessary, dude? Calm down. You're going to have a heart attack.
Hell, that's going to my top 5 Arnold Chain something. Got me excited about it again.
But when Sylvester Stallone starts to take him back over in the match, when he goes over the top on Bull Hurley, Bull Hurley's sitting there, and then when the move starts to be hit on him, Bull Hurley looks at his thumb and goes, "Oh!" Screaming because he knows it's over somehow. I
mean, that movie, obviously, arm wrestling, I mean, come on. But I think the part of that movie that kind of fell off for me is the scenes with Sylvester Stallone and his kid, the Robert Loggia or whatever that plays the granddad. I didn't care. That kid was a little shithead. And he was a terrible actor. And I never cared about their relationship at all. And I think if that would have been done better, this movie would have been raised up. People would have appreciated it more, even though it was arm wrestling.
Because the father-in-law made him run away. It makes no sense. But the crowd at the arm wrestling tournament, they must have pumped cocaine into that crowd because they are jumping up and down, having the time of their life watching an arm wrestling tournament. And then early in the movie, when he goes to pick up Michael runs from Sylvester Stallone. There's a whole bunch of people around. So Stallone chases after him, grabs him, tackles him down, and drags him into a semi-truck. Nobody called the cops? I don't care what decade it was.
It was the 80s, man. Come on.
You're a little kid, and you go, "I don't want to go with this man. I don't, I'm not doing it." There's nobody would go, "Yeah, you're going with the kid. Get with him. He's your dad. He's got this piece of paper that says you're your dad. You take the kid." I don't know. Just it's an interesting film, but if you have not seen it, check out Pop's Movie Dungeon, and it has Bull Hurley. It's a lot of fun. That character alone is worth the price.
Yeah, things where kids were different back then. I remember in the late 70s getting my ass beat with a flip flop at McDonald's. That's a true story. I got my ass tore up with a flip flop showing my ass at McDonald's one time. I was about 8 or 9 years old.
"You want a hand?" Nobody even thought to call the police.
Yeah, Mama was Chuck Norris with her damn flip flop. Oh shit! Where are we at, dude? Are we done with all the picks? We want honorable mentions now.
You skipped everybody to talk because you couldn't wait.
Wait
To talk about Rocky.
Did I? I'm sorry.
You jumped the whole line. You just went, listen, right in the middle of going through the chat. You went, listen,
No, I got through all
talk about
those.
Rocky 1.
No, Bell says that I need to check out my killer podcast. Did I forget everybody?
You're on Jeff Assassin's chat. It's still up in the. So you're further up.
Okay, I got you.
So are y'all?
All right.
You were catching up on the chat. We were going to do our top number 1, and you just pulled up Rocky.
I'm sorry, I was excited, dude. So I apologize, y'all.
Couldn't wait another 5 minutes to talk about Rocky.
Well, I'll I'll tell you what. While we've just had the discussion of about Over the Top, I'll show my number one. Over the
there
Top.
you go. There it is.
There you go.
Number
This
one with
pains
the
me.
bullet.
This pains me that this has no Blu-ray in the UK. I don't know if it's got a. I don't know if it's got a Blu-ray in the States or what. I have no idea. It has. We haven't got one. I'm still stuck with this old MGM DVD copy, and it serves me well. It does what it does. But I love this film. And I mean, everything we just covered over that. It's basically a road film. You know exactly where it's going from point A to point B to point C. It doesn't really surprise you with anything. I loved this as a kid because it had so many wrestlers in it as well. I mean, Terry Funk pops up in here. I mean, if anybody knows wrestling, Terry Funk, Terry Funk's fucking brilliant. You know what I mean?
He was a Roadhouse also. He was the one that he told to go to barber college. Roadhouse.
Barber college.
Yeah. And it was just, again, it's a canon film. I'm an absolute canon whore. I love all that shit. And basically, they do loads and loads of schlocky kind of stuff. And Over the Top was it for me. You know what I mean?
Can we go to full screen on Anthony there for a second?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Tell me that guy right across from Sylvester Stallone is not Alan from Pop Movie Dungeon. You tell me that's not him. Different facial hair, same guy. There he is, right there.
I gotta work on the mustache.
Yeah, he did a bit of Grecian 2000 in that one as well. Forget it that cool. You know what I mean? But it's just an absolute bare bones release DVD. There's no special features on it. There's no nothing. But I love this film growing up. I still love it now. The cheesiness of it, like I said, the ultra hype of it at the end. It's fantastic. It's everything I want in a Stallone film. You know what I mean? And I know you guys like probably the more serious stuff of him, but I like the more stuff like this. You know what I mean? It's just my taste. It's easy watching. I don't have to take it too serious. I can put it on, let it wash over you, forget about it while you're watching it. It's good fun. They're just good fun films. Yeah. They also as well. His son in this. If any of you guys picked up Space Raiders in the Kino sale, his son is the same lads that's in Space Raiders, and they were probably the only two decent films that he did out of his career. Was this and some slocky Roger Corman space sci-fi thing. And he's pretty shit, you know what I mean? He isn't a convincing actor, the kid in this. He isn't good at all. He had a real look at the time of Joey Kramer. I don't know if that's how he was getting roles or not. Joey Kramer was in Flight the Navigator and stuff like that. He was quite a popular child actor at the time. This kid was spits of him when he was younger. Maybe that's who he was getting roles. I don't know, but he didn't really do much apart from Over the Top and Space Raiders.
Yeah.
So, Brad, why do you tell me to shut the hell up when I started to say my number one? Why did you correct me? You just let me keep talking.
It was good. It's just the way you rolled into it. You know what I mean? It was.
I apologize, man. I didn't mean to skip you their answer.
It doesn't matter. They're all going to go up anyway.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Lord. Well, Brad, you take it. Where we at? Everybody's done their number one now, right?
No. Me and Tony have not done number one yet.
Damn, so I just skipped all y'all.
Yeah, okay. You literally just went, Rocky. Listen, Rocky. You were like this.
Rocky. Well, I apologize to every one of y'all then. I'm sorry. I am shutting up and I'm listening to y'all. Y'all take the floor.
Turned bright red. You couldn't wait any longer. Rocky.
I feel like a dumbass now. I apologize, y'all.
No, don't worry about it.
Doesn't matter. Well, my number one, I guess we'll do mine. You know, why not? And then maybe if there's time, we'll do Tony's. Let's talk about Rocky for another 3 hours. But mine's Copland. Number one. Cool. Like I said, Stallone actually acts in this, which is, kind of rare for him, in my opinion. But he does a really good job in this. We already talked about it. He gained 40 pounds for this movie. He's not Joe Cool. He's not the rock star. He's not the action hero. He's a schlubby sheriff, wears white socks and high water pants when he's working, and when he's off work, he wears flip flops and sweatpants around town. He's a loser. He's a nobody, and for Sly Stallone to do that is difficult. That's not normally the character he plays. He actually acts in this, and you believe him as the schlubby, half-deaf sheriff in this town. His buddy Harvey Keitel got him the job as the sheriff because he's a local hero. He saved a girl's life who was drowning in a car, and in the process lost his hearing. So for some reason you can still be a sheriff, but you can't be a NYPD officer, which is all he ever wanted to be. He's the sheriff of this town in a fictional town called Garrison, New Jersey, which is right on the border of New York and New Jersey, and right over the bridge is New York City. All the cops in New York City in this one precinct live in this town. And it's a pretty kick job because it's a town full of cops. There's going to be a lot of crime. So the cast, as we've talked about, I mean, I've got it written down here. These are just the ones that stuck out to me. Sylvester Stallone's obviously the lead. Ray Liotta is his best friend in the movie. Harvey Keitel plays one of the bad guys. Robert De Niro. Robert Patrick, who's so good and slimy, just the lead henchman basically in this, will do anything to get the job done. Peter Berg is having an affair with Harvey Keitel's wife in this movie. Peter Berg is married to the girl that Stallone has a crush on. And they're having a lot of problems, and Stallone's there as her friend and the sheriff. He's trying to help. And then you have Frank Vincent, who's like the mob boss kind of character that kind of controls Harvey Keitel. But the cast is outrageous. The Stallone stuff, I just keep going back to it. He doesn't play Joe Cool. He's a drunk loser, gets drunk every night. He's wrecking his car. And then every night when he gets home, he plays Bruce Springsteen and feels sorry for himself all night. That's basically his character. There's not a lot to it. But obviously there's corruption that takes place. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it. And it involves the town and all these characters and the loans they got. It just everything that he finds out, it just gets deeper and deeper. And you just find out more and more that these guys are bad guys. And he has to rise to the occasion and take care of business. And there's nobody else that can do it because everybody's so juiced in. There was an investigation to get it thrown out. Robert De Niro's furious, throws in a terrific fit. He's boxing up all the files. He's screaming, "Go to lunch! Everybody, stop what you're doing. Go to lunch!" And he gets so upset. He gets upset with everybody in the movie, of course. But his interactions with Sylvester Stallone are great. He's like, "I tried to help you. I tried to let you be a cop, and you blew it. You blew it," and he just keeps blowing up. It's a lot of fun, but it's the seriousness of how well Stallone does in this movie. For me, that's what makes it. Without Stallone, I don't think it would be as good, and that's how good a job I think he did. Somebody mentioned it earlier. It's a Scorsese movie without being a Scorsese movie. You add the Rolling Stones and a few songs, you would be like, God, did Marty do this? I mean, I think it's that good on that level. This is a cheap bullshit edition out of Canada that they got. I don't think we have a special edition or anything like that of it. It's a shame. This needs a 4K.
Yeah, that's all I got too. I think it's the same one you got.
It's a lot of fun and definitely worth checking out if you have not seen this one. It's a sleeper hit, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Collector series.
Yeah. So that was my number one. Now back to Alan for more Rocky dialogue. He's got
I ain't saying a word. I'm letting y'all handle. I'm just watching.
Tony, what was your number one?
Well, the fanfare has already came and gone. Rocky, number one, Rocky is my.
That's a great pick, Tony.
I haven't been to Philadelphia. I haven't got to climb the stairs. I would love to do all those things. But I love Rocky. I remember seeing it when it first came out in the theater. And just the music, the underdog story, the love story, all of it together, which is perfect. Yeah, I would love to go experience all the things that Alan got to do. Maybe one day I'll get to do those things. But Anyways,
Tony, I'll tell you, Tony, I promise I'll keep this short. The part where I went to mixed gym and all that stuff, whatever. I tell you, that is probably the worst part of Philadelphia.
oh,
And I'm from Tallahassee, Florida, and not a great town either as far as stuff like that goes to certain parts. But man, I've never seen some of the stuff I've seen. And even whenever the Rocky impersonator took us out there at Mickey's gym, we're there at like noon on a Sunday, and his head's on a swivel the whole time. He's talking to us, and he's doing some of the lines. You could tell he's nervous, and he gets us back in that van as soon as he can. It's not a good part of town.
I think I'll just enjoy the movie then.
Yeah, and where the pet store is, Adrian's pet store is not there anymore. It's got knocked down, but he showed us where like the hole is where the building used to be.
Yeah. So the gym,
And here's another.
the gym was across the street from the pet store.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to. We drove around to these different spots. I'm trying to think. I want to say that he showed us while we were at Mickey's gym. Mick's gym. He showed us where the pet store used to be.
Yeah.
Memory serves is right across the street. I may be wrong about that.
It should be in the movie.
We drove all over the place. But one funny thing is after we left the Rocky Steps, in the movie, you got the I think the statue's at the top of the steps, but they moved it down to the bottom of the steps, kind of on a little trail off to the right. That's where it's at now. But we got there. This is all true. This is all true stories here. It's very funny, by the way. To me, it's funny. Got to the steps. Now, I'd never been to New York City, which is where we went the next day. I'd never been to Philadelphia. I ain't done a lot of traveling. But when we got to the top of the steps, I'm so jacked up, after seeing the steps, and it's like 4:00 in the morning. My wife is like, it's like 3:00 in the morning. She gets up and she looks at me. I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, just waiting. I'm already dressed, already showered, ready to go because we got there late that night, and so we wasn't doing the Rocky Steps till the next morning. And it's like 3:00 in the morning. I was up, dressed, brushed teeth, shaved, ready to go. And she's like, it's 3:00 in the morning. So, long story short, 4:00 in the morning, we were leaving. We get to the Rocky Steps. I do the Rocky Steps. I'm all pumped up, and we're like, okay, we need to call Uber to go to our next destination. And I'm looking, there's this long, if you guys ever been there to Philadelphia, there's a long road that goes out of where the steps are. It just kind of goes into like where the town is. And I'm thinking to myself, we don't need to call Uber. We can just walk it. And so we leave there and we're walking. We probably walked 3 miles, give or take. And I'm just thinking, this is great. And not thinking that we were going to be going to New York City the next day. Never been to New York City. We took an Amtrak from Philly to New York. Get out of New York, and I looked at my phone that night when I drug my ass back to the hotel room. We walked 18 miles, and from that morning when I said, "Hey, we don't need to call an Uber, we can walk." From that morning until we got back to our hotel from New York, from the Amtrak station the next day, we had walked 18 miles, and I almost needed an IV. That's how tired I was. It was rough. But I wished going back in it we would have took that Uber from those steps that morning. But anyway, that's way off track, guys. I'm sorry to hold that up, but yeah, that's another funny story about the Rocky stuff. But yeah. So Brad, you tell me where we're at. You take over here. We're on honorable mentions now, right?
We're on honorable mentions. I'm sure you got to catch up with the chat. You're probably way behind.
I'm way behind on the chat, guys. Guys, I hope y'all. I'm sure everybody's just cussing me in the chat right now.
You're on something assassin. I can't remember.
Yeah,
who was the guy?
Yeah, I got you. I'm right here. So we're at Waffles. I asked Cody what he was cooking. Jace, seen that one. All right, I think this is it, guys. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. I'm obviously struggling here. All right, Jeff Assassin. Are any of you looking forward to Expendables 4? Stallone is already 75 and still grinding it out. I mean, am I looking forward to it? Yeah, because I'm a Stallone fan. But I don't think. I mean, it's going to be what it is. I got all 3 Expendables movies now. I never go back and watch them. They're not that great.
Yeah.
I know when they announced the first Expendables movie, I was like, man, look at this cast. This is going to be great. And it was all right.
Yeah. Too much of a good thing.
Yeah, too much of a good thing. Agreed. Robert Monte, Rocky 4 to me is the most rewatchable of the bunch. The training montage is epic. Yeah. I go back to Rocky 4 a lot too. Maz's Toy Box. My personal favorite Rocky movie is the Rocky Balboa they did. Yeah. That's a good one.
Totally agree with you, Maz. That's my favorite Rocky. The most realistic of all the Rocky movies. That's the most realistic.
Yeah, the speech he gives, man, is fantastic. And by the way, also the Rocky impersonator gave that speech in the exact spot Rocky gave the speech at.
Yeah, tremendous fan service in that one.
Oh man, yeah. That's another movie that could have skewed off and been terrible. It was great. It was great.
Well, if he would have went in and beat Tarver, come on. I love that the fight in that movie starts out just the way it would start out. He's getting his ass whooped up and down the ring. Tarver breaks his hand. Tarver's out of shape and breaks his hand, and he ends up giving rounds to Rocky because he can't throw. He can't throw hard with his lead hand anymore. So I love the way they did that. It made it a lot more realistic.
Yeah, it was a good film, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, man says, good point, Robert Manu. I used to collect and draw Iron Man when I was in middle school, which is why it tears me up when he snaps his finger and says, I am Iron Man.
I think he's in the wrong stream. Some other stream was going on, and he's jumping back and forth.
All right. All right. Mel says,
Tony is the Iron Man, so there you go. Maybe
yes, there you go. That's it. Tony's the Iron Man. All right. All right. Mel says, what you cooking, Cody? Oh, Lord. All right, Robert Mondo. His son, Brad, read that.
His son is a little douche lord in over the top. Even as a kid, I wanted to punch him in the face. I told Mel last week that a nice taste of Robert Luggers saves it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I'm back. I apologize. All right, Caveman says, I can't believe no one pointed this out yet. Over the Top doesn't have a big jaw guy. Yeah. I want to go back and watch Lockup, man, because I don't remember him. That movie. I believe y'all. He's in it. I just don't remember him in it. So I want to go back and rewatch that and check that out. Welcome back, Brad.
I'm still conscious. Barely.
All right. Norn Rat 89. Thoughts on Cobra? Is that an underrated, overlooked Stallone? Yeah, we talked about that earlier. That was
Yeah.
y'all refresh my memory of what number that was. Yeah, but that's been talked about pretty. You can go back and watch the earlier in the stream. We talked about it for pretty good length. Hollow Note says Pops went over the top when y'all's number one. Guys, I apologize. I'm gonna go back and watch this and go, what the hell am I doing? Yeah. But what's funny is nobody said anything. You just say, hey, dude, what are you doing? And I'll shut up, I promise. Hey, let's see where this train wreck goes. Anonymous at Basement Blues. Do you know if the Catch Me If You Can Blu-ray 2002 was out of print? He would be the man to ask.
Yeah, I believe that it is out of print. I do not own it. I wish I did. It's a good movie.
Yeah. I got it on Voodoo. I don't think I have the physical of that one. All right, Caveman says, Anthony, Instagram your mailing address. Next time I'm hunting Blu-rays at my local pawn shop, I'll send you an over-the-top Blu-ray. That's very nice of you.
Man.
Cool, Kev, man. Thank you very much, mate. It's been much appreciated. Because, like I said, we haven't got. Yeah, that's cool.
That's what we got
Nice
here.
bite.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Yeah, there's loads of Stallone collections in the UK, but for some reason it's never on any of them. You know what I mean? The Stallone collection that I've got is this one. I mean, so there's a slip box as well for this, but it's that one. So that's got the Specialist, Demolition Man, Cobra, Assassins, and Tango and Cash on that one. There's other ones as well, but for some reason, Over the Top, no Blu-ray. I don't know why.
I guess they didn't want that little kid to get any residual money from any video releases.
Yeah. He's just drawing a paycheck off Space Pirates.
Right?
Okay, man says, Pops, we were mesmerized from your Rocky tangent. Lord. Okay, man says, the pinball machine Freddy Sylvester Stallone is playing in the bar is Lethal Weapon 3 by Data East.
Oh, yeah.
What's the one, Cinesteph said, what's the one 4K/Blu-ray release you're most excited about?
That's already announced, or I would assume that's probably what he means, I guess. I'd like to see Tombstone in 4K, see how that looks. Coming out this year, supposedly.
Yeah.
Dusk Till Dawn That's probably the one I'm actually the most excited about.
I'm excited about the potential release of The Hitcher in 4K. I just watched a German Blu-ray and it looked great. I want to see, that would be a good movie for 4K. Very atmospheric. They use a lot of wide-angle lenses. That would be a great 4K movie.
Yeah, the one for me, Dog Soldiers, is coming out from Second Sight. That's the big one for me.
Yeah. I'm excited about that Drive box set too. I have that pre-ordered.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be killer.
So it's gonna be a good looking setup.
Tenebrae 4K. I'm really excited to get that.
Yeah. Now, Brad, I think me and you ordered different releases of that or different covers. Did they have two different covers choices?
Yeah, you ordered the more limited one. I ordered the more general release.
Gotcha.
I just ordered both of them.
The Basement Blues shirt's coming. It's okay to buy two.
Yeah.
I forget how you phrased it. That's a good. Say that right across.
All right. All right, Caveman says, sorry again. No reason to apologize, buddy. We're enjoying
Don't
you.
be sorry, man.
I promise you, man. You're making the stream what it is. I appreciate it. All right. Cody Montana says, chicken, I'm going to say that wrong. I'm going to do it anyway. Chicken piccata with linguine.
I think that's the right way to say it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm doing low carb keto, whatever. So yeah, that sounds fantastic. I could eat the ass end of a menstruating polecat right now. Just saying. I've had 3 protein shakes all day. All right. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. Maybe I had my brain just kind of slid off for a minute.
Yeah,
My blood sugar dropped.
It was more like you were sitting there holding it in. Rocky.
Damn, I can't stand it no more.
I can't wait anymore.
It was like a boat of Tourette's. You know what I mean?
All right. Maz's Todd's box. Cobra is Stallone's version of what he wanted for Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah. Now, I heard somebody mention another movie. Maybe it was Caveman. But what I'd always heard is that Sylvester Stallone was offered the role of Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop, turned it down for Rhinestone. That's what I always heard. But I think Caveman said that about another movie besides Beverly Hills Cop the other night. So,
I don't know. I always thought Eddie Murphy had been written into that part from the beginning because Eddie Murphy was on the massive rise at that time from Saturday Night Live and everything else.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was wrought around him.
Yeah, and y'all may be right. I may be remembering that wrong, but that's what I always thought. I thought I had heard that on a talk show or somebody talking about it. I just remember them giving him a hard time going, or him kind of making a joke that wasn't necessarily his brightest moment, picking Rhinestone over that movie. And I remember it being Beverly Hills Cop, but it must have been something else. Caveman says, the new Doctor Strange, Hell or High Water, and True Romance. Yeah, that True Romance, man, it's a great release, the one that came out earlier. And what's the difference between the one that's coming out now and the one that came out from Arrow last year? Is there same thing?
Somebody was telling me that the UK version had more special features.
Oh, does it?
That's what
it's got a ton. Yeah, I still ain't been through all of them yet.
Because I don't want to buy it again, and I've got the UK version.
Yeah.
But I don't know that. That's I think I heard that.
I'm excited about Wild Things too. I think Wild Things will be a good release. I haven't seen that movie in a while. Hopefully it holds up.
Yeah. Bill Murray's great in it.
Our Caveman Movies and More says, Pop's having a diabetic coma rant remembering those effing stairs. Maz's Toy Box says, no, it was originally written for Stallone, but he wanted it to be more like how Cobra turned out, so they parted ways and gave it to Eddie.
Okay.
That's,
Gotcha.
It's news to me. I always thought it was wrought around Eddie Murphy.
Okay. Well, that's everybody in the chat. So, y'all want to, in order, Brad, would you like to do some of your honorable mentions?
My number one honorable mention is Rocky 6, Rocky Balboa. Like I said, it's the most realistic. It gives you the fan service. Hit me at the right age. I don't know. Burt Young is great in it. Trying to talk Rocky out of doing this, and Rocky says there's some stuff in the basement. The whole bit with they bring Apollo's trainer back, and Apollo's trainer telling him, to beat this guy, you're going to need speed and this and that. You can't do any of that stuff. You're too old. So we're just going to have to make you stronger so you hit harder. That's all we can do. Just everything about it. I liked it. And over the top would be the other one. which I don't have releases of either of those.
Yeah.
But over the top would be other. I've already went on the Bull Hurley rant. Team Bull Hurley here all day. He would have crushed him in the finals for sure. But those are my two honorable mentions.
And for mine, I would probably go with Demolition Man. I did really enjoyed this one, and I don't think anybody's mentioned Assassins.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
This is a good one. I haven't got to see this one in a long time. I don't actually have it on Blu-ray, and I rarely watch VHS tapes any longer. But I remember Assassins being a really good one. And of course,
one. Does that take place in Miami? Assassins, where he does. What's the one where Sylvester Stallone is a bomb maker in Miami?
I don't know. This may be it.
That might be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen it. But yeah, lots of good Stallone picks.
Daylight. I mean, I don't know. It's just,
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say Daylight. I mean, I don't own a copy of it, but I always enjoyed Daylight. I thought
Yeah, it's a fun movie too.
Yeah, I always like a bit of a film like that, sort of crisis film or disaster film, or you know what I mean. And it's a pretty decent film. Still holds up pretty well, but I don't own a copy of that.
How about has anybody seen Oscar?
No, I know the film, never seen it.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I need to watch all of it. I watched it on one of the movie channels years ago, bits and pieces. I couldn't ever get into it, but I was probably the wrong age. I was looking for an action movie during those times for Stallone. So now that I'm older, I probably need to go back and give it a watch. So
yeah, I mean, you've got 70s film Death Race 2000. Any of you know Death Race 2000? 1975.
David Carradine's that also, right?
David Carradine, yep. What was the other one I've just seen then? The Judge Dredd film is worth a watch.
Yep.
It's nowhere near as good as one that Carl Urban did that me and Brad bang on about all the time.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's still enjoyable. It was still a fun film for the time. And then the massive blockbuster that was Stop or My Mum Will Shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell he was thinking with this, I don't know. Getty does a better job than he does. But I still find something enjoyable about it. You know what I mean? For as shit as it is, it's still an enjoyable film. You know what I mean? It's like it's disengage your brain time again, and away you go. I enjoy it.
And the movie I was trying to think of was The Specialist from 1994.
Yeah, that's on
Stone.
that's on that
Stone.
box set I've got as well. Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
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 A funny thing about
he makes bombs that kill kill other bomb makers
Yeah,
or something.
perfect.
And he makes the bomb, and like the guy is getting ready to be blown up and die, and like he triggers the bomb by using his parking ticket to get out of the garage, and Stallone has like a little it says now is your time, bye bye, and then blows up you murdered this man. You're telling jokes? Are you serious? It's ridiculous. It takes place in Miami. It's a strange one. The Specialist.
Right.
It's a fun one too. Sharon Stone is in it.
The Stop My Mom Will Shoot. This may have been a joke, but I'd seen Arnold on a late night talk show talking about how he had tricked Sylvester Stallone into taking that role. That they were so competitive, whatever. And I guess Arnold had talked it up like that was the role of the century. And Sylvester Stallone ended up taking the role, and I guess he kind of it's going to be hot garbage. But so I don't know how true that is or not. But he was talking about that on the talk show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
what were Alan's honorable mentions?
Is it my turn? I'm not saying shit. Y'all tell me it's my turn.
I'm surprised you didn't already just jump right into honorable mentions.
Nope.
The
I'm
rest
gonna give Anthony all the time he needs.
Let's hear it, Alan.
All right. I'll be fast, guys. You guys have already talked about most of these. I got Demolition Man was really on the edge of my top 5.
Yep.
So was this after watching it today. Didn't quite make it, but love that movie. Big fan. This is one we hadn't spoke of yet. This is a fun movie too. I'd say if you're over 40 years old, watch this. This is a good time. Both these old guys were big rivals. They come back in to do a grudge match, whatever. They're both old, and just some of the stuff they say where they're trying to train and they're old and their bodies are out of shape, and it's just a fun movie. A lot of funny lines in it. A big fan of this one. They did it really well. Another movie could have just been hot garbage. It's a pretty fun watch. I was a fan of that one. Nighthawks, love this movie. It's a little bit weird. Sylvester Stallone's it's kind of a weird character for him in this. He dresses up like a woman a couple different times. But it's Rutger Hauer's in this. It's a weird one, but it's a fun one too. I like it. That was real close to being in the top 5 as well. Love Cobra.
Yep.
And the last one is Rambo. Rambo is an absolute fantastic film. There's the steelbook. Anybody hadn't seen the steelbook? I know Tony has, but man, this Rambo box that they put out, man, I couldn't ask for anything more other than my not having a damn dent in it. But other than that,
yeah, it's cool. I mean, I've only got that edition of it. Looks like it's in an ammo case.
That's cool. That's a cool looking edition there. I haven't seen that one.
Studio Canal released that one.
Now this is a shout select. I have no memory of ever seeing this movie, but I know a lot. This is like a wrestling movie instead of boxing. I haven't seen it, but I guess it's a shout select. I seen it on the shelf. I pulled it out in case anybody wanted to talk about it, but I'm not very familiar with it. And we need a new Rocky box set. This is pathetic. This is all we get. So
Yeah.
And that's all I got, guys.
You didn't get this Rocky box set?
No, I did not.
Yeah, this is the updated version of that one. I sold that one.
What's different about that one?
I think it's got a few different extras. Well, I say that, maybe it doesn't. It's got collectible cards, which I've got put away because I didn't want to get messed up. But there's not much difference between this and what you have. I think it's exactly the same disc.
Yeah, we need a 4K set of this real bad. I don't give a damn who does it. It needs to happen.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just hang on to this one until that happens, I guess.
Maybe they're waiting for the final Creed film or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But that's all I got, guys. Anybody else got anything they want to discuss or pick on me about or anything like that?
We already went over your terrible packaging methods.
Yeah, I know, man. It's rough. I'll work on that.
Next time.
Bubble mailers are the disease. Brad's the cure.
Yep.
Let's see. I think we got a couple people in the chat, guys, and we'll get on out of here if you guys don't have anything else. I think we had a couple people pop in here. All right. Ma says like he's kissing the express train.
Yep.
Caveman says the specialist. Barnabas Collins. I have to split, guys. Thanks for the stream and the laughs. Thumbs up. Oh, there's our buddy Johnny. What's going on, man?
Hello, Johnny.
What's up, gentlemen? I finally got back to the nurse's station. Yeah, he's working tonight. I finally got back to the nurse's station and start charting, and I hear honorable mention start. I'll catch the replay. Have a blessed night, fellas. Johnny, I appreciate it, buddy.
Take care, man.
And Caveman says, later, Barnabas. Congratulations on hitting the 800 subs, Pops. I appreciate it, Johnny. I'll hide in the med room later and peep that movie room video you posted today. Much love, man. Johnny, I appreciate all your support always, buddy. Thank you so much. Senna Steph said, what's one movie that would never be remade today? For me, it's Fight for Your Life, 1977. Fight for Your Life. I'm not familiar with that one.
I'm not either.
The remaking it is one thing. Remaking it and putting all the stuff that was in, I guess, there's a million that couldn't. Dirty Harry couldn't be remade today.
Yeah.
It's because of the PC stuff. So.
Blazing Saddles is another. They wouldn't be able to get away with Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
And if they did make it, it would be a totally neutered version of it. So
yeah, it would lose the heart of what it's all about. I mean, during the time, that's just how that was a great movie for the time. Johnny, when watching Pop's video, keep an eye out for the step stool. Pops can't find it. Yeah, I need Brian to come down here to help me out. I need Brian to come and put me on his shoulders. All right. Caveman says, Love Studio Canal. I imported a bunch of HD DVDs from them, including T2 and the Jackal.
Yeah.
Video Canal.
I had a load of HD DVDs back in the day because I thought predominantly that's where the market was going to go. How wrong was I? So
Betamax Part 2.
Yeah.
All right, Future Boy says, another awesome stream, very entertaining. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate you being here, Future Boy, as always. And Mel says, Tony, your T-shirt is killer. Yeah, he's got an ugly mug on there. He's repping it. I appreciate it, man. And guys, just so y'all know, that's supposed to be a Jason mask, not a chocolate chip cookie on top of my head. Just so y'all know that, man. So, I had one of my kids point that out to me, and ever since then, it's been a damn chocolate chip cookie.
Now.
But it was funny is when I got that logo made, a guy on Fiverr did it for me. I'm trying to pick 3 movies that I wanted to put in the logo there. You see, it's The Thing, Psycho 2, and Jaws. That's what I landed on. Yeah. I'm standing in front of our pantry door. My wife's trying to take my picture, and the guy's going to draw the Freddy glove on me. You know, and I told the guy, I said, look, I want to show my face, but I want to have the Jason mask in there. I said, how about if I got the Jason mask pulled up on my head? And he did like 3 different redos trying to get it right. That's the best he did, so I just went with it. Yeah, so that's the story of the logo.
Yeah.
Oh man, it looks great.
It's good. It is.
I only paid like $25 to get that done. Not bad for $25.
Not at all. Not at all.
So I'm happy with it. I actually like what Dead Pit did. They removed the Star Wars from the shirt because of copyright and put my logo there. And as Brad was saying earlier, it's like me wearing a shirt of me wearing a shirt of me wearing a shirt. Yeah. It's kind of trippy. So
they're selling like hotcakes over at shop.deadpit.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not hotcakes. You know, maybe sock. I can't think of nothing else, but I don't know. I know I bought 7 of them, so that probably helped. The first night I got on, I bought all kind of. I spent like $160 buying my own crap. So what's funny if you watch that video of the shelves going up, both guys in the video wearing my shirt.
Yeah,
my son and my buddy doing it
like a crew. Everybody works over at the Pops Movie Dungeon franchise there.
And me and my wife went and got tattoos today, and she walks out wearing the shirt. And the guy that tattooed us was actually a family friend, but he subscribed, so that worked out kind of good. So
yeah.
All right, Cody, this is great stream, fellas. Congrats on 800 subs, Alan. Until next time, guys. Appreciate it, buddy. Enjoy your dinner.
Hey, Cody.
So Kurt called it.
Later.
Caveman said, "Thanks everyone." And you have something against chocolate chip cookies? Not at all. Not at all. A chocolate chip cookie would probably make more sense to me on my head. If anybody knew. So, well, guys, I think we're going to get on out of here. If you guys don't have anything else, I'm going to get ready for work tomorrow. It's been a blast, guys. Anytime I get on the stream with you guys, it's just the best. I love you guys to death, man. Y'all are awesome. Always make me laugh.
Thanks for asking.
And I still say it. Anthony has got the best laugh on YouTube. I can be in the worst mood and hear this sumbitch laugh, and dude, it just makes it's I don't know what it is. He's got the best laugh on YouTube. I'm telling you. So
cheers, Bob. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but guys, I got everybody's links down below. I think we're multi-streaming to everybody but Anthony because I think we got the stream set up before I got a hold of you.
I was still asleep, so I was too late to the game.
But all everybody's links down below, guys. Y'all sub to everybody. Most people in the chat probably already are, but if you're not, you ain't gonna find better guys than this. Been a blast, guys. Y'all ain't got nothing else. We'll get on out.
Okay, good night. Everybody have a good week.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come clean really quick. Alan did not send that in a bubble mailer. I can't lie. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get an envelope and go, Pops. That was pretty well done, though. I can tell you've been saving that one.
I knew that blew everybody's mind, but that was staged. I did that.
Y'all know the worst part about these streams is now I just got my movie room cleaned up and got everything on the shelf. Now I got all these damn movies I got to put back on the shelf.
Yeah.
And some of them I got to get a running start. I got to get a running start or find that step stool to get that up there. So.
Yeah,
all right, guys.
I'd have no chance with those shelves. I mean, I'm only 5'8", so I'm screwed straight away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're up there pretty good. So, well, guys, we enjoyed it. We will see y'all next time. I'm sure Brad's going to have another great idea, or one of these guys will, and we're going to run with it. All right. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, man. Take care. See you later.